Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's Daily Show, the capital of consumer commerce and home of the one-man brand. We believe that advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild web today. It is Friday, August 28th, 2026, in the year of our Lord, coming to you live in a living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location hidden in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Slash, Rocked, Aftercell, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligence, Northbeam, Seguno, and Postscript. And boy, have we got a jam-packed Friday for you today. SharkNinja always seems to produce incredibly awesome products. They have done it again specifically, and we're going to be diving into more of their viral product design. The Nike Caitlin 1, also a little throw out to all of the Swifties, the Nike, the Caitlin Clarks, the new Taylor Swifts. These shoes are here and amongst us, and methinks they're going up and to the right. Callaway cover-up, new details coming out from the CEO of Good. There may be a legal battle going forth into play. And the one and only Rabah Rahil, CMO of Tide, who will be joining us this morning, wants to talk about the testimony of Vince Young, legendary UT quarterback. Why not? We're going to be joined by Josh, CEO of Sport Drink, finally making it here on the show. Shout out Sport Drink, keeping me hydrated and electrolyted all day long. Also going to be joined by Bob Phibbs, CEO of The Retail Doctor, helping all of us D2C marketing nerds sell more things in person inside of stores. Also going to be joined by the one and only Michael Morelli, founder of Paw Gin, who is taking pup tides up and to the right, saving Choo Choo's life. Methinks there's going to be a way on the interwebs for said category. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Dougherty. Colin, run inside of this show. Get in here.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm excited. I'm excited today. Not just because I received my IM8.
Whoa.
But I did receive said IM8 box.
I'm excited today too.
Because we have the one and only Rabah Rahil, SaaS, marketing, lore, legend, operator, builder, AI facilitator,
Keep going.
Machine, doctrine,
Keep going.
knower of ball, kicks galore, kicks wall behind him whenever he jumps on the show. The one and only Rabah Rahil. We must bring him inside the show. Get in here, Rabah. Get in here.
Let's go.
Amazing. I see you got your IM8, but you know what I don't have, Mr. Hall?
What do you not have?
My Ghost A&W. What are we doing here? I thought you guys were big movers and shakers.
I do. I have one.
Movers.
I
thought you were
one.
market movers.
I have one reserved for you. It's behind me on the wall. I have it. It's still here. I'm just waiting for us to come in person. I'm waiting.
That's about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop. Come on, brother. You got to do better than that.
Damn.
I'm just waiting for you to come here to the studio IRL. I keep waiting, you know.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know about you guys though. Did you see that Netflix? You had to have, Chris.
I have not watched it yet. You know, I did live it. I was there.
I know. That's why I figured like it'd be awesome for you to like. I forgot, and not to get into too much sporty ball because I know the kids don't turn in for this, but I forgot the magnitude of the USC monster that was Leinart, Bush, the defense, Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
it was an assured three. It was an assured three-peat. I mean, it was a assured three-peat. Mac Brown. I didn't realize all the challenges. Anyways, I won't go too deep, but phenomenal watch for anybody that you don't even need to be in a sporty ball. It's a human story, man. It is it was really incredible. Anyways, sorry, but the Vince Young doc on Netflix, awesome.
We're going to talk it. It's one of our top stories here, Rob.
We added it for you.
We are going to talk this.
We added it for you.
When you say you want to talk a said topic, we make sure that it is in the lineup.
Okay, you're digging yourself out of that A&W hole. I like it.
Let's go.
Top story, current thing upon the interwebs. It's Friday. ladies and gentlemen, and we all know what that means. I shall play said loved soundtrack, favorite soundtrack. Producer Jack, you put up the overlay. It is time for the one and only Hot Jobs, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Hot Jobs, ladies and gentlemen. I have found two of the hottest jobs in consumer. Colin Dougherty has done the same. We shall present said jobs. The astute knower of ball, Rabah Rahil, shall be the judge of who has found the most significant, hottest job of the week. Producer Jack, bring up the Canva for us. We start here with you, Colin Dougherty.
Let's go.
Stanley, Director of E-commerce. Go ahead.
A lot of people on this show have been talking a lot of trash, and guess what? Somebody's been listening. So I took a deep dive into myself, and I took a deep dive into the internet, and I found some grand freaking slam jobs. So we got Director of E-commerce at Stanley, the one and only iconic Stanley. You want to make $210 grand a year and then also be responsible for one of the most iconic brands right now? That's what you get to do. But here's the coolest part of this. You get to be the AI person to speed up their entire team's output. You get to be the AI-ifier of Stanley. You got to have 10 years responsibility. You are going to be managing a team of 5 or more. But you get to test and learn. You get to figure it out. They're going to let you do some stuff, but you have to own the strategy and execution. Pretty wild opportunity here. If you can say and rock this job and say, I was able to drive and implement all AI systems inside of Stanley, you can do whatever you want.
It's admittedly a great job. I will say, okay, I just have to say this. This is a narrow audience that they're looking for, okay? 10 plus years of increasing responsibility, okay? So they are looking for a very specific person. They're also looking for that person who has demonstrated, I got the AI systems in my back pocket to speed up output team-wide. So it is a very specific person, but 200 bands in the Northwest with Stanley. Also, just say, Stanley not as hot as they were a year ago, okay? I'm just saying. So, you know, it isn't like the peak of the crest of the cultural zeitgeist anymore. I'm just saying it's a big job and somebody's got to be the right fit for it. Quick reaction from you, Rabah?
Well, you're pouring salt in the Kool-Aid a bit, and this does feel a little bit the USC Texas thing actually feels very astute observation at this point. But all jokes aside, I do think this is still a iconic brand. I do agree with you that ever since like the car burning up and things like that wasn't that was definitely peak zeitgeist. I still think they have great products, which is always awesome. I like the salary band. I like how they phrased 2 years or 10 years of increasing responsibility. I think that's a good green flag in culture of like, hey, were you moving up? Were you improving, et cetera? I think that's great. Overall, I love this. I think this is a strong out of the gate. The one challenge that I think they might have is Seattle is a very specific city.
Yeah.
It's not in New York. It's not in LA. It's not in Austin where you can chameleon and you can bring a lot of people. So I think that's the one thing that when you find the right person, or if you do love the Pacific Northwest, which is beautiful, not for me, but I think that's the one knock on this listing is Seattle is a very specific city.
It's fair. It's
very
fair.
expensive too.
But a great find.
Great find
on your
No,
part.
this
You're
is-
coming
this
out
is
hot, Colin Dougherty.
Strong. This is
Hot. Next job here. I am going a different direction. You know, it would be easy just to say director of e-commerce, director of e-commerce, director of e-commerce. I'm going a different direction. Procter and Gamble, just a small company out there in the world. Procter and Gamble, a behemoth of commerce. TikTok shop leader for P&G Beauty at Procter and Gamble. Okay, this is Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to be on site. I do know maybe some people on this show hailing from Midwest is best. I wanted to throw that in there. Okay, just wanted to throw that in there. And highly visible. This is directly from the listing. Highly visible, growth-focused business leader in P&G Beauty. Do you want to be a highly visible, growth-focused business leader? at Procter & Gamble? Methinks that you do. You're going to be innovating content conversion tactics. You are going to lead a team, multidisciplinary, comms, IT, media, design, finance, product, and you're going to be managing comms with the brand leaders inside of that category at P&G. Here's the juicy part, gentlemen. Top of the spectrum here, 165K. They're only looking for 3 years of experience. You got 3 years of experience. Okay. 1 to 2 in TikTok shop. You know what you're doing. You can be the next big thing, the next big person inside of P&G, leading the beauty category on the most exciting platform on the socials. I rest my case. I think this is a strong candidate. Colin Dougherty.
I would hate to work in the politics / layers that is Procter & Gamble. It just feels like you probably could not get a lot done that you would normally. Also, and I think this was going to be my only big rebuttal, and only really needs to be my big rebuttal, is you are living in Ohio. So
what's wrong with Ohio? What's wrong with the Midwest?
I'm just going to say it again. I'm going to say it one more time too. So you're going to be living in Ohio too.
A little hate.
People in the back.
Rabah, thoughts on this?
Lots of pros, lots of cons. So let's give you the sandwich. I think $1.65, not horrible, especially in the Midwest. I'm a Midwest boy. Shout out Indianapolis.
Exactly.
I think everything about this I love, minus the lead of multidisciplinary team. Sorry, that was a word salad for me. I think that's a little low for Trump. I think what they're looking for here more is somebody to really run the TikTok strategy for the P&G beauty brand. And that needs to be much leaner. I think if you get an old and crusty coming in to do a multidisciplinary team, blah, 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 you start to run into what Colin's talking about. I think you need high velocity here. So that would be a little bit of not a red flag, but a yellow flag of like, you're going to pay me $1.65, but you're giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 departments to work with.
Ooh. It is a lot. That's
an ass. Like, you want me to just come in and cook for P&G Beauty and TikTok? Super sexy. Cincinnati, the Midwest isn't horrible. Cincinnati's not great.
Cincinnati's not great.
All right. They got Joe Burrow, though. They got Joe Burrow. Okay.
Columbus, not horrible. Indianapolis, mid. Chicago, fantastic. So I think that's a little bit of a yellow flag. So those are the negatives. The positives are, if you can come in and do this, if you are a bit of a people person, if you're charismatic, if you can work in a bigger org or you understand people very well, I think this is more of stamping your ticket than the Stanley. If you can crush it at a P&G, that's going to really be, so this would be something where somebody was like, hey, I might go do some time for 2 to 3 years. And then make a bag somewhere else because I crushed it at P&G. I also think you might want to have the persona that being in a bigger org is what your future roadmap is going to excite you about, because this is going to help you hop to bigger orgs. You're not going to want to go to this place and then go work at a D2C brand or a Stanley, for example. So I think if that is your goal, and to Chris's point, a 3-year in the room kind of experience. So I think there's a lot of pros here, but I think there's, again, a very narrow subset of people that will be excited about this.
Next job, Colin Dougherty, GNC.
Come on, baby. Let's go. You know how I feel about subscriptions. You know how I feel about everything right now going on within the supplement subscriptions pace. You know how I feel about everything going on with telehealth. I think this is absolutely a juicy, delicious role. You get to be director of e-commerce for GNC, iconic brand. Guess what? They're already on Shopify. They're already on Recharge/Skio. Someone could come in here and absolutely just be dialed to the teeth. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to live in Ohio. You can live wherever you want. You can live wherever you want because it's fully remote. Not Ohio. You could live in Miami. You could live in Miami and just be wheeling and dealing on subscriptions, making $180K a year. Super sick, amazing job, iconic brand, and you're gonna be in charge of like the coolest subscriptions in the game.
I will say, I have to put in here, LeBron is also from Ohio. Okay, Ohio is a great place. All right.
Dude, you are stacking.
Also
Ohio.
home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Okay. There's a lot of good things.
You are
about
trying
Ohio.
best.
That's a dog for me.
Let me say this. I think this is a great op. I will just note here, they are looking for somebody to partner with store ops and store leadership. So this is not just somebody wheeling and dealing at the computer. Okay. It's somebody who's working with people on a store by store level also. So I mean, I'm just saying that they're looking for a general manager type mindset and a store facilitator of various things. Rabah, quickly from you.
I think this is one of the better picks. I love the brand, love supplements. I think this is the right range. I think the remote's great. I think the tech stack is modern. I love this pick. I think it's sensational. This is strong pick.
Okay, last. I go, you zig, I zag. You zig, I zag. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm putting this out here. Lucy of Lucy Breakers, of Internet Lore. Okay. Co-founder, who is that? John Coogan, Flex, okay, working for John Coogan, not so bad, okay, on TBPN every single day. You can see him out there amongst them, with them being used by them. Senior manager, Ecomm and retention. Listen to this verbiage, totally remote, 140K, cash performance bonus tied to retention outcomes, plus equity. Hello. Traffic and paid media belong to marketing, so your wins come from making every visitor and every subscriber worth more. I love the tactical focus here. How do I do a good job? Make everybody that comes worth more. Hang out with us longer. Spend more money with us. Very specific. Hands-on operator seat. Priorities, write the specs, briefs. You have a team of in-house and freelance builders who are going to be working with you, etc. Also working for John Coogan, not bad. Okay, I rest my case. This is a strong outside dark horse job for hottest job of the week. I have to say that. Your rebuttal, Colin Dougherty.
I think this is a good job. I think it's really cool. You found something in Ecomm and retention, but I would probably rather do subscriptions for the most iconic brand in the supplement space.
Lucy.
Yeah. Not that one.
Rabah Rahil.
Hey, I love an upper decker as much as the next guy.
Thank you.
Coogan is also a ledge. I think the pros here are fantastic product, hot space. I like how they are describing the job, where some people try and slip it in. I think the reason they're describing the job like that is this is a little bit on the lower end of the cash spectrum.
Fair.
Nothing wrong with that. Overall, I think it's a solid pick. Love the brand, love the founders, love John. I think the biggest thing here is getting into the weeds of, do you have the creative mindset to understand how to take this product to the next level? Secondarily, do you have the excitement to do it?
Yeah.
Plus, necessary, helpful. You need to like nicotine. You need to.
I'll also throw a rebuttal out here. You better get ready to put warning: this product contains nicotine on every piece of creative that you have ever. No matter how cool your creative is, you have to do that.
Well, good news is they're not handling paid creative, and they're responsible for retention for an addicting product. They are responsible for retention for an addicting product. Hello, it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. Okay, Rabah Rahil, we go to you. Rank these 4-1 hottest job of the week, sir.
I think this could be an upset in the making. I think the GNC is number one for me. The GNC is sexy. The GNC is incredible. The P&G, I think I'm a little biased. I'm not super into the big orgs, so I'm going to put the P&G at the bottom. I think it's a great gig. I think it's a great gig. Don't get me wrong. Where we need to go is Stanley Lucy, and I think today's the day. The Stanley's pick sexy. The Lucy pick's great. But you got to pay people. I think if the Lucy pick comes in a little higher, that negates the Seattle.
Right.
But the Lucy was just a little too low for me. Colin Dougherty, take your win.
Wow.
Let's go. The 1-2 punch. The 1-2 punch. I haven't felt victory in so long. It's crazy. It's probably been 8 weeks.
Maybe
Congrats
it's Vince Young thing just came in my head. This was just the upset. The USC roller coaster.
That's probably what it was.
Yes.
That's probably what it was. I was
This
going
was a
for
great
the
set of picks. Don't get me wrong. Great set of picks. Great set of picks. There wasn't really any clunkers in there. Like sometimes you throw you throw one off the plate. It happens.
Well, the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, there are jobs and more like these available. Despite AI and all its wonderful things, there are still humans being hired inside of consumer commerce. Go make a friend and find your way in. Moving forward to our stories of the day. On our way, a word from our sponsors over at Sati. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your affiliate program, it looks fine on paper. Commissions going out, sales coming in, but the industry is built on last click attribution. It's an oversimplification of affiliates as a channel. Sati is the first affiliate platform built on multi-touch attribution, cookieless, Shopify native, services who introduced your customer, who nurtured them along the way, and who closed the sale. So you're no longer just looking at a flat list of commission payouts. You have a map of how your affiliate channel moves people through the buying decision. Go to mysati.io/champion/ecom-cowboy. Get 20% off your plan. Many thanks for Sati being part of the gentlemen. SharkNinja has a way of making visually viral going products, and their latest is another example of doing just that. We covered the debut of this said fancy Brita competitor. What I did not know is that people are pouring pickle juice and Sunny D inside of said product to visually display how incredible these filters are. I don't know what's in Sunny D, but there's at least some water in there because it goes through this product. And not only is it shareable, is it a wow moment, but it makes you think, golly, maybe I do need to shell out another couple hundred and keep this bad boy on the countertop. Colin Dougherty, we start here with you. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I noticed this when they released the product video for this the other day, and I noticed that in the lab they were doing some like blue liquid, and then they were filtering it through, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna like incorporate that in marketing. Of course, TikTok gets a hold of it. Of course, they're gonna make that a visual hook. People are going to put insane stuff inside of here. I imagine alcohol is going to go in here shortly. There's just going to be insane stuff. It's like, watch me put my Four Loko through here and be fine. Like I'm so certain that we're going to have that. Watch me pour all my Cutwaters in here and just be fine. It's like, all right, this is exciting. I love this. Of course, Ninja crushes. It's just, they are a behemoth, and I did not see this coming.
Can you imagine pouring a beer or pouring a 6-pack of beer inside this thing and water coming out on the other side? Like somehow just water comes out on the other side. It is like visually, it's so attractive. It's like, wow. I mean, it's truly a visual moment maker. I don't know how they consistently do this, Rabah.
I have been on the Ninja bandwagon for a little while. I don't know if you guys seen, they have just an exquisite, I have like a super expensive espresso machine. I wish I would have bought the Ninja one. It's gorgeous. And now with this, I mean, if you're the paid media person over there or just in the marketing team over there, oh my gosh, this is just like, so you got the first, second, third round pick. Like you are just swimming in it. And I think there's just so many things galore. You can do the cool visual thing. You can do the gross thing. I just went for a run. I'm going to drain out my sweat in here.
Wow.
There's so many angles that you can hit with this. I think it's a win across the board. And I'm going to go as far as Ninja's getting to the point in their product design where they remind me of the OG Apple era with Johnny Ive and Steve Jobs. These things are designed. There's a great line. I think it's apocryphal, but Michelangelo once said, the statue, David was already in the marble. My job was just to remove everything that wasn't David. And I think that this Ninja designs are just so simple, clean, everything you need, nothing you don't. And I think that's simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Leonardo da Vinci. I think this is just 12s out of 10s. I think this company's on a heater. I don't know if you saw the behind the scenes. The people that are working there, again, it reminds me of the OG Apple. Like you can feel the passion, the love, the excitement, the intensity to focus that is happening at this company. No notes.
That's crazy.
The only thing that I can say is that they're like so good at this, and I have several of their products, They're so good at this that one begins to need a kind of butler pantry of sorts. You need like a second hidden kitchen, you know, to keep all of the products. Like, where do you put them? You have your regular kitchen, and then you have like storage or a second kitchen where all of the products can be lined up and be brought out or be used on the regs. I mean, they do just continue to hit homer after homer with all of these products and sell really high AOV products on places like TikTok Shop. It's like they do the impossible again and again. They're cracked. They're cracked. I'm very impressed.
I agree, and I would actually push back a little bit on that point. They remind me a little. You guys know Flamingo Estate, the brand. Anyways, they make a bunch of stuff, but one thing they do make is hand soap. And I'm super OCD. I hate to have ugly things on my counter. And they got me with an ad because they have this beautiful hand soap. So where I'd push back on the Butler Pantry is they make products so beautiful that they like add to your aesthetic. So I have a Vitamix super fancy blender. It's the most ugly, hideous thing in the world. It's this like industrial thing that you don't want anybody to see. You just want the final product. These things, you can line them up and they actually add to the aesthetic. So I think that that's one of the coolest things ever when you can have utility and aesthetic together. That's the pinnacle of design for me.
I think I may have seen them on the counter of Justin and Haley Bieber's counter as well inside of their kitchen. So
crazy.
I think it's all the flex that one needs. Get the Vitamix out of here. Put that bad boy in there. I want people to see my ninja. Moving forward here, gentlemen. Second story of the day: a Callaway cover-up in the midst of all of the good controversy. Okay, this was a tweet that came out late last night. I don't know if someone was deep in the grape when it came out, but CEO over at Good Golf, Matt Kendrick, I myself was up late at night, may or may not have been deep in the grape. He said this: interesting. Callaway Golf asks us to make an ad, then approves it. Scroll down here, Jack. I'm talking the quote tweet here first. Interesting. Callaway Golf asks us to make an ad, then approves it, then asks us to take the fall, then drops us in a coordinated media blitz and covers it up by giving $1 million away, thinking everyone will be okay with it. 30 for 30 will be legendary. He did say 30 for 39, but methinks he meant 30 for 30. And then here in the midst of various comments, people are saying, hey, Good should sue Callaway for every single penny. Matt Kendrick says, not opposed. Greg Waddle says, I think Callaway set these good guys up. Matt Kendrick says, I agree. I think there may be something brewing here, gentlemen, and perhaps this controversy is not over. Rabah Rahil, we start with you. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think there's a few things. One, the ad was terrible.
Yeah,
everybody makes terrible ads. It's okay. I get it. Two, the apology was really bad. That like he should have hired a PR. Like that made it worse. He could like when you have crisis managers, there's three things: admit what you did was wrong, say, hey, this is what we're going to do to fix it. 3, this is what we're going to implement to make sure it never happens again. That's it. You don't need to say more. You don't need to see less. You're never going to appease everybody. But I think the PR management was really terrible there. With all that being said, I actually agree with this. I think so. There is a hot take about how golf is a very exclusive sport. They want to keep their and I think as they started to branch out into other waters, some maybe higher up, some old and crusties, some gray and whites might have gotten a little bit upset and laid this landmine. So I don't know. I would love to see some conspiracy theories go deep on this, but ultimately I think, hey man, people make bad ads. People made a mistake. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was this. Was there like a perception of things? Yes, I get it. You got to move on, man. I don't think it warranted what it warranted. Personally, like everybody should have their own views, their own opinions. Shit happens. People try things. It doesn't work. This wasn't like this huge. So I think it seems like something else, right? Like it just like this just doesn't warrant. There's been way worse stuff that's happened before that hasn't warranted this kind of backlash. So it seems a little weird here. Furthermore, this got approved.
It did.
Hey
Bingo.
guys, like what are we talking about here? You don't get to like have your cake and eat it too. Like Callaway should have said, "Oh yeah, well we did." Like, so I think there's fuckery afoot, and I think there's going to be some really interesting things coming out. The problem is you're going against a monster, and you are not a monster. So like, hey man, unfortunately, money is power, and like it might be one of those. Hey, here's a check for a little bit of money. You're not going to say anything. You're going to shut up. You're going to take your beating, and you're going to move on. I think that's what's going to be the highest probability that's going to happen, because other than that, you're just going to get wrecked. Unfortunately,
Colin, you see this going down in the courts?
Oh, I totally do. I totally see the through line now. Okay. And if I was them, I would absolutely make the biggest lawsuit in the entire world, because I agree with Rabah that eventually they're just going to settle with this. But this could be a lawyer's absolute dream, because this had to be approved by Callaway. And so to then put all of the fault on Good and be like, well, you guys approved all of this. We had comms of this. We have also documentation of all of these comms. We have all email exchanges. We have back and forth on photo and video approval from your team. And then for you to then turn around and say, like, this is unbelievable that you guys did this. This is crazy. It's like, well, you approved it. And so I think this is an absolutely juicy lawsuit for Callaway. And I truly believe in what Rabah is saying. This is like some old graybeards, like, just being like, oh, the young bucks, they got too high and mighty. Let's clip them out.
Yep.
I love this. I'd love to see a little like hip check to Callaway and just an absolute $100 million bag just taken out of Callaway.
I will say, so I just checked. So you're talking a 2.82 billion market cap against the 8-figure brand.
Oh boy. Wow.
That's a big one. But if they can change the perception, man, you can get a David and Goliath story. And oh my God, do people love a David and Goliath story?
People love David and Goliath.
That would be the only lifeline, I think, for Good. Outside of that, it would be, man, you're just gonna get locked up for 2 or 3 years, and they're gonna throw 10 million at it and not even fill it, or that's gonna be a quarter of your revenue.
The litigation is gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the problem.
That's a good point.
This may be the path for them, because I'll just say, I don't want to see their entire business get burned to the ground, that is what's happening currently. I mean, they are getting incinerated, and they're not going to go the the path of maybe that Barstool would, or, maybe, President Trump, or they're not going to go the path of, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm right. Like, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They've tried to make an attempt at apologizing, and maybe it didn't go over that well. What is a way that they can actually save their business? And maybe this is it. And if they can have the right PR around this thing, and positively spin it as a David versus Goliath, and they approved it and all those things, maybe they have a way forward. I just want to see them continue as a business. Is my hope.
I agree with Rob on this too. Like, they should hire the most expensive PR team. I said this when the story broke, but then they should also show all of this stuff publicly of like, these are the comms that we had with Callaway. Like, this is them approving it. Like, I think if they were to basically do that, of like a public facing, hey, this is like Callaway approving all this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Rob might hate it.
No, I love that. Here's what I do. I do a complete, like, again, the founder was coach him up, or maybe he was just in a bad headspace, but you do a whole kind of behind the scenes of everything, and then you crowdfund your lawyer fees. We're going to go after these people. Here's everything that happened. We're going to tell you everything that happened that we can legally. You guys decide on your own, and then you do a mea culpa, donate to women's charities, or have like just lean into it and say, hey, people make mistakes. This wasn't so out of bounds that we can't come back from this. But then, don't you hate when big corporations always win?
Yeah,
I
terrible.
do. So why don't you throw us $10, $100, $1,000? Like,
Whoa.
you know, the sponsorship things, you can like sponsor a lawsuit. Here's where you want to, here's the docket we're going to submit. You can put your logo on the lawsuit. Let's go. So that's what I would do.
That's
like,
sick.
dude, move on, have some fun with it. I'm sorry. Here's how we're going to make it right.
Yeah.
And you know what? You shouldn't let these people win. This is almost a $3 billion company. We're just kids trying to figuring out. These are the adults in the room. They had the responsibility that we had. We failed. They failed even more, because when kids do things, it's the same thing. They should have responsibility. But dude, when you're young, you're dumb. It is what it is. But these are old people. You're running a $3 billion company. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Robert
Douglas, we need to clip this. Producer Jack, we need to clip this, and we're gonna invite Matt of Good on the show. We want Matt Kendrick to come on the show and talk this, because I don't want to see their business go away.
Let's go, Douglas.
And there may be a real path here.
If I'm him, dude, I'm doing the whole press tour. Get him tightened up a little more. And again, I think he might have just been in a bad headspace, because I was just that 8-minute rant wasn't it. Love him. I think it's great, but like, you know, get him tightened up. Do the whole, get on the circuit. Rally
Come practice here first, Matt. It's time to arm the rebels. Last of our stories of the day here, gentlemen. The testimony of Vince Young has come out. Untold on Netflix. Incredible series, Untold. It is. I was here at this time on the team. One said 2005 national championship. We were up against Goliath. USC had already been deemed the #1 college football team to ever exist in 2005. They had gotten awarded that before they even won the Natty. They had gotten awarded that. They had, you know, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, you know, all of the things.
Lendell.
There's Chris right there. There's Chris right there.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in there. But Rabah, we go to you here, sir. Your thoughts on this and its implications for our audience and community and more.
I think it's a great story, and it's also a great tale of the positives of it. Are this guy was so driven. He was an unreal talent, absolute talent. I mean, this guy was packing the Astrodome for high school games for people to give you context. Like, this guy was beyond belief. Gets his hopes and dreams crushed because FSU was his #1 pick. They wanted him to play wide receiver. He wanted to play quarterback. Okay, moves on, picks himself up, gets Mac Brown, meets Mac Brown, loves the Texas team, comes to Texas. Has a horrible, or I wouldn't say horrible, but a rocky start.
A rough start.
And then finally, one of the biggest things that I took away from this is having a mentor in your life. And Steve McNair and him were very close. And Steve McNair, there's this kind of blow up where he ends up just freaking out at practice and just leaves. And Steve McNair finds out, he calls him and says, "Hey, man, we can do a lot of things, but the one thing we're not going to do is quit." And then after that, everything just starts clicking, and the man just goes on a monster run. I will die on the hill that that's probably the best college football performance ever to this day. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I still think that USC team was the best team ever. It was incredible, but the takeaways are: get a mentor, don't quit when you're down, and don't get too over your skis. So that was the fun part. The not fun part is he really didn't materialize that well in the NFL as he should have. And so having people around you in the right ways, again, being young with money, not having a lot of guardrails, that can be a challenge. And so that's the other thing is, once you start to have some success, really start to put the people you need around you to make sure that you can stay on the path towards success. And when you're super talented, it can be a challenge when you get around super talented people where, yes, D1 athletes are incredible. Yes, the top of D1 athletes are incredible. I was a D1 athlete, but when you go pro, these are the best of the best of the best. The stuff you did in Division I will not work at the professional level. And I think that's where he kind of lost the plot, where a lot of things were that. So going back to kind of D2C e-commerce, running your business, there's levels to this game. And as each level changes, you need to understand what it takes to succeed at that level. And when you start to get into the upper echelons, everybody's a killer. Everybody's hunting. And every day you're not working, you're getting outworked by somebody else. And if you don't have that attitude, you're going to get wrecked.
True.
It's crazy. We have 3 D1 athletes on this show right now.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
people may not know that Colin Dougherty, a D1 frat daddy,
D1 frat daddy. That's what it is.
At Towson. And
Solo Cup master.
yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. A dog of dogs.
Dog on the table.
Mentored and doing more. Rabah Rahil, the one and only. We appreciate you making the time to join us today, dropping knowledge and wisdom. I think everybody in this vein needs to go watch Untold.
Let's go.
Vince Young. Hook 'em.
It's great. It's inspirational, and it's really helpful to just see people that have it all. That sometimes you don't have it all, man. It's gratitude and presence is all you need in your life, and throw some family in there, and boom, you got a great recipe for happiness. And then from that, throw some ambition in there, have some fun. But ultimately, that's all it takes, man, is gratitude, presence, and go make somebody's day better.
You made my day better by being here. And
that's true.
I feel so good on Fridays. And I think a lot of this has to do with Rabah. I really do.
It's my favorite time of the day, favorite day of the week. And shout out to Colin Dougherty for getting a dub on the board.
Let's go, Colin. Let's go.
Huge Friday.
The eyes of Texas are upon you, and all the live long day, and you are winning. And Rabah, you continue to win. We appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back. Welcome. Moving forward, we have a very exciting person coming inside of the show. I'm talking about the one and only Josh Lekach. Josh Lekach. That's how I'm going with it, Josh. Co-founder of Sport Drink, one of the most exciting and I would say best copywriting brands inside of our space. Is that fair?
Easily.
Is that fair, Colin Dougherty?
Easily.
I really believe that. We must bring him inside of the show. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, a word from our sponsors over at Trend Track and Rich Panel. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 and 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what's really working right now, not what worked 6 months ago, but what's actually scaling on the market today, Trend Track gives you full access to the marketing playbook of any brand in the world. From every Meta, Google, TikTok ad they run to every email newsletter they send their customers, your direct competitors, the biggest players on the market, is all there. All the market data centralized in one place, refreshed every 24 hours. Go to trendtrack.io and get hooked up with them today. Know what's actually working on the internet. Many thanks for Trend Track being part of. Colin, can you smell that, Colin?
What can you smell?
I smell Gatorade being scared, ladies and gentlemen, because the one and only Sport Drink doth exist. And there's lots of ways to partake of Sport Drink, mixing it in water. I just like to take it straight myself. But we must bring the challenger brand inside of the hydration space, winning every way, up and to the right, forever and ever, amen. The one and only Josh Lekach of Sport Drink. Get inside of this show, Josh. Get in here, Josh.
Am I here? Did I make it?
You made it.
All right.
You made it.
I don't have a fancy studio like you guys. I don't like this.
No, you look great.
I'm just trying to be as good looking. I'm trying to be as good looking as the Joshes over at Sport Drink. And this is my way. Is to, let's fancy up the context. That's what I'm trying to do, Josh.
Right. I mean, you're a real cowboy, so that's better than whatever I have going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
The hat.
I don't know.
Well, when you have the hat, it means you're a real cowboy. They don't just give that to anyone.
That's true.
They don't.
It's
fair. The law.
It is the law. It is the law
in
Texas.
Yeah,
Josh, I have to ask the question. I know that I meant to mix said sport drink inside of waters and perhaps other substances, should one want to partake on a particular beverage on a Friday afternoon. But I have to say, my favorite way is I just lick. I've been licking this thing throughout the day. Is that a fair way to take in said sport drink?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a Sour Patch. Like it kind of tastes like Sour Patch. Actually, the first batches we used to make would clump up and it would turn into candy, really. And we didn't know how to fix it without like maltodextrin or silicon dioxide, which is what everyone else uses. And then we found out that we could use calcium, which is just another good ingredient anyway to have in there, and that like naturally to fix it. So we did it. We fixed it. But it is candy. It's basically candy in a good way.
I agree.
Josh, could you talk a little bit about kind of the formulation of sport drink and kind of the origin story of all this?
Yeah, I had a throwaway idea that was like, oh, anyone can make a company now. As an example, just make a better for you Gatorade. Just take what Gatorade used to be and make that again. And then Josh, who I was just friends with, the other Josh, he was like, dude, we should do that. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And usually that's where ideas end. That's where people are like, they just forget that they even had that conversation. But we went with it. We ran with it. And then a year and a half later, we launched. So we used the original Gatorade formula as a base, and then we just improved on it based on what we all know nowadays to, be important in an electrolyte drink. And then we stripped away all the bad stuff that everyone seems to gravitate towards, which literally every brand out there now, forget Gatorade and Powerade and all those, like every single brand out there that exists now, they're carbon copies of one another with like slight tweaks. And don't get me started on the branding and the packaging and all that. They're all the same. And they all proudly are like, oh, we're zero sugar. Like that's, oh my God, how could I not have thought of that? Like, but zero sugar is dumb. Sugar is functional and it's important in an electrolyte drink. And your body knows how to metabolize it and use it for energy and all sorts of things. And stevia or monk fruit or aspartame or all these things, they're not functional. And they have like a weird aftertaste and they don't do anything and they're all trash. But so, yeah, I mean, we found a way to differentiate ourselves from everyone else, not only from the formula, but from the marketing and the packaging and the branding. So
the marketing,
we're awesome is what I'm saying.
I agree.
We agree.
The marketing stands, stands alone. It stands apart.
Gold.
It's unlike anything else out there that exists.
What I've noticed, and I mean, I don't know if I shouldn't take offense, but I've noticed a lot of brands on Twitter are ripping us off.
Yeah.
Not only our style, but the thing is, like, you can't, like, this isn't a prompt on ChatGPT. Like, you can't just be like make outlandish copy. And, this is from, the three of us in the company. Like, this is our personality. This is how, if we made a company of hats, it would be the same sort of identity because that's who we are,
Could you talk us through this process of how you guys come up with this stuff? Is it just like literally you three guys hanging out and then you're like, oh, we should do this? Because you're saying, like, hey, you can't replicate this in a prompt.
You can't.
But like, how are you guys doing this? Is it just vibes?
Yeah, I mean, when people talk about, I hear so many people with startups and like success stories and like, yeah, we've been grinding since day one and working hard and it's just work and no life outside of work. And I'm like, that's not true for me. Like, this has been super easy. I'm working with my
Let's go.
I'm working with my two friends, and it's you just look at the group chat and it's a lot of it just comes from there riffing with one another all day on there, or just I'm tweeting nonsense and then I come up with an idea. Like the sport drink Twitter is me and then our designer, who's a minority owner in the company. And I don't know, there's no formula. Things just come. And also there's no planning either. Like if emails, right? Like companies will have emails set up for, you know, months out or what, like, dude, I write the emails that day. You know, I'm like, oh, I haven't done an email. I should do an email. And then like I come up with something. Like the hardest part about the email is just getting the images in time. Cause I come up with an idea and I go to my designer. I'm like, dude, I need this. And he's like, I'm in the middle of driving to Nashville or something, you know, to like, and by the way, none of us are in the same location. Josh K is in Los Angeles. I'm in Costa Rica. And our designer, I can't say where he is or what his name is, but he's somewhere on the East Coast.
So, incredible, man. Incredible.
Yeah. Dream in Costa Rica. Jeez. Flex.
Yeah, you are living the dream in Costa Rica. Josh, you know, when you're talking here, you actually, I mean, this like, it reminds me of Bart at Dad Gang. It also reminds me of one of my old bosses at Bruce Bolt. It's kind of like the meme of the guy at the Olympics who doesn't have all the fancy glasses and the equipment, and he's just out there just pointing and shooting and getting medals. You know, there is something to like just going after it and making it happen, and it doesn't have to be so hard. Just be unique and try. I mean, it does. Like this is what's coming out when you talk. And I find it refreshing.
Yeah, I think it's like the laws of attraction. If we really had to be out there and busting our ass and going to trade shows or, you know, what have you, and trying to convince people to try our product and, you know, convince people why we're the best, we wouldn't make it. And I think that's why most companies fail, is like you're out most of your time trying to convince people that you're awesome. And, you know, but for us, it's like all kind of seamless. And since day one, I mean, we've had like normal complications like anyone else would, like trying to figure out who our 3PL is, or, you know, but with regard to the product, minus what I mentioned before, which was the clumping, and minus like in the beginning, we launched with glass jars, than the cans that we have now. It's been pretty easy. Yeah. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know if that, like,
that's good.
I think it's great.
No, I know, but I'm not trying to convince people that like not working hard. You know, it's not like I don't sit around on my computer and like I do things, but you know, I still have time to be with my family every day and play with my kids and stuff. So
it's huge.
And I work from home. Yeah.
Josh, you got to talk a little bit about your background, because you also were in the influencer space. And then how does that translate into sport drink? I would imagine incredible, right?
Yeah. So I was podcasting for about 5 years, and making money. That was how I was making my living. Not like anything crazy, not like Tim Pool or whatever, but I was in the world of politics and culture and culture war or whatever. But I was able to support my family with it. And I was hyper fixated on culture more than like geopolitical stuff that I can't wrap my head around. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I know about that kind of stuff, but I'm really in tune with the culture. And, you know, I wasn't always interviewing people like you guys are for your show, but every now and then I would, if you know, someone interested me. And I interviewed Van Man, the owner of Hestia Cigarettes, like, or Steven from Masa Chips. And I started realizing, like, I'm like, oh yeah, anyone can really make a brand. And, you know, because of them, I was like, okay, when we launch, I'm going to really focus on Twitter, because the health trends originate from Twitter, and smart people, there's a lot of dumb people, but the smart people are on Twitter, and then the dummies get the, you know, later, they get the information later on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever. So I wanted to be where the action.
I agree.
Yeah, I wanted to be where the action was. So that was on one aspect I learned about that helped me with this. And then on the other hand, I learned about like shit posting and, you know, not caring about what other people thought about, you know, what I thought and how I would vocalize all these things online and express myself online. Like an example that pops into my mind is like 3 years ago, there was this guy who's a librarian, and he's just like real, like he's like a kids show. You know, his whole vibe is like kids should come to the library, and I love the library, and I love library kids, and you know, like that. And all I tweeted was like, people are getting weirder. And then on the bottom, you know, I kept tweeting more of his videos and like why I think this guy's weird and why I wouldn't trust him with my kids, and you know, and people got really mad. It got like 40 million views, and then the Washington Post came out. The Washington Post came after me, and you know, all these things. And I just thought it was funny. I never like, I don't care when I get hate or anything, and I got death threats, and you know, but just for really pointing out that like people are getting weirder, and this is weird behavior. Like this is not like someone who's forcing themselves to like be super happy. It's not healthy. Yeah. That's just my point. That it wasn't healthy. And you know, because of me being a hateful person in the eyes of normies or whatever, you know, he got a TV show. He got Reading Rainbow. He's the new host of Reading Rainbow, and all the, you know, all the celebrities backed him. But then like a few days ago, it turns out he, you know, checked himself into, I think like a psych ward or something because he's suicidal. Like I was right all along is my point. So
that's rough.
To get back to your question, and sorry for the tangent. It was a combination of paying attention to the trends in the business world on Twitter, like, you know, anyone can start a company. And then also the fact that we're not like a political company. Yeah. We have our personal beliefs, but we're not like, you know, talking about Trump or anything on there.
Yeah, sure.
But we realize it's a post-Trump world where the craziness of 2020 and, you know, the 5 years before that building up to 2020, it's all done. No one cares. You can't cancel us. And if you want to stand out nowadays as a brand, I'm not saying to voice your opinion politically, but give your brand a real voice instead of an HR sort of packaged identity, you know, like, yeah. Just if you yourself have a personality, inject that personality into your brand.
It really does seem, Josh, that to win, I mean, this is my observation, and it's what I've been trying to do, the various, you know, brands and places that I've worked, and it's something that has come up on the show several times, especially when Chris Orsey is on the show. It's having an actual stance, an actual take, an actual voice. It makes certain people love you, but also it should probably, you know, make a few people mad. If everybody loves you, then nobody does. And it seems like you guys find a way to live on the edge there, and you know, make waves that, you know, positively feed the business, but probably also endear customers and potential customers to you. Do you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking it's kind of funny how, and we do this. This is on purpose. Like if you look at our personality on Twitter or the emails, or you know, whatever, and then you compare it to like Meta, it's two completely different companies. Like if you only lived on Meta, and you didn't know about the world on Twitter, you'd think we're just like a normal, you know, whatever electrolyte brand. But I like, to me, it's funny internally that we do that. It might be disingenuous, but it's a different audience, you know, like when you advertise on Facebook, fair. It's mostly boomers and stuff. So they wouldn't really even get the humor on Twitter.
That's interesting. A very differentiated kind of channel approach. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Josh, so I would love to talk a little bit about what you guys just dropped, which is absolutely incredible. You guys just dropped Sport Kids. Can you talk to me also the absolute gem of who designed the packaging?
Yeah, so that was my son, and I had I wanted Josh. My son's 5. I wanted Josh K to have his son add to it, but his son at the time he just turned 3, so he was like 2.5 at the time, and it just didn't really make sense. He couldn't take direction. And then, so I told my son, I'm like, just write Sport Kids and put whatever you want there. And he drew like a little apple guy or something. There's no apple in Sport Kids, but you know, no, we're not editing it. And the thing is like normal sport drink is obviously for kids too. It's totally safe for them. But we wanted to make it like slightly different ratios. Like they don't need as much sodium, and it has like 1 gram less of sugar, and there's no baking soda. Because a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's some customers who are like, oh, I like it, but the baking soda is too, it upsets my tummy. And but there's a purpose, like there's a reason why we use baking soda, but so there is a, you know, the formulation is like slightly different and geared towards kids, but adults can have it too, and they can double up the servings, and it'll be like it would be like an original Gatorade, closer to the original Gatorade. But yeah, the packaging, the label, that was designed by my son, and we didn't really edit any of it. And then I want to do a fruit punch version. And I told my son, I'm like, draw this guy. His name is Punchy. Just draw him however you want to draw him. And he did this.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
But
my gosh.
Yes.
It's still a little too close to the Hawaiian Punch guy. So
Maybe a little close.
I need to have him do it again. But we're not afraid of getting cease and desists. We're not afraid of ruffling feathers. I mean, we've been visited by the people at Pepsi for Baja Blast, which we now changed the name to Fast Times at Passion Fruit Lime. And then after that, and then after that, we got the lawyers from Monster Energy after us for Behold a Pale White Monster, which they don't own White Monster. That's a nickname that their fan base gave them for what was it? Monster Ultra Zero or something.
Right. That's
but it's the
I
white
always
can.
call them white monsters. I just figured that was
they should change it. They should change it to White Monster, and then they should trademark it. But they don't actually have the trademark for that. So we did Behold a Pale White Monster for Sport Energy, and they came after us, and they demanded. By the way, Monster's a $90 billion company. God. So their lawyers demanded we pay for their fees. We sign a letter admitting wrongdoing that we'll never do it again. And then delete like 15 tweets about our own product. And then a few other things. And each time they demanded something, I wrote back, no. And then yesterday they emailed saying, all right, fine. Like, we're dropping it.
They're just dropping it altogether.
We're dropping it. Just don't use our name. And I was thinking about just still keeping the name, but the reason why we're not is because we have a.
Let's go, Josh.
Josh, you're the man.
I'm just doing it anyway.
Josh, you're the man.
But look, it's fun. And by the way, if we're talking about marketing, it's free marketing. Like,
sure.
If you have a brand, do something in the gray area and get the attention from the big guys, and then you make it public, and it's free advertising. That's like one of the things in our playbook. And we're dropping the Monster thing because we already came up with like a better alternative anyway that we're working on for that specific flavor. And then we have another flavor of Sport Energy coming out in like 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, that is gonna get us another cease and desist from a bigger company. And
oh my god.
so I'm just gonna focus my energy on that. But yeah.
This is hilarious to me that, this is like, it's an intentional like playbook. It's like we can play in this gray area. Well, it's going to, make marketing waves.
Yeah. The thing is that most people, first of all, from what my lawyer told me, is that Monster is known for making smaller companies pay for their lawyer fees. And it's usually from $5,000 to $20,000. And they told me that people at the drop of a hat are like, all right, fine, like we'll pay, just like please leave us alone. And we're one of the only people that are like, no, we're not doing anything you asked. I'm not even deleting tweets you asked me to delete out of principle. And I'm not going to bend over backwards for a $90 billion company. Just leave us alone. But most people, I don't know why, but they've been trained to be afraid of cease and desist. They've been trained to be afraid of getting a letter from a lawyer. But I see it as an opportunity. Like, even if we did get sued by Monster, and when we would take it to court, I would countersuit, but I would gladly go to court because yes, it would probably cost us $500,000, and I'd have to work out a deal with the lawyer, but that $500,000 would pale in comparison to the amount of press you'd get from going. And whether you like him or not, I've learned a lot from Trump.
The guy is a master marketer. I think. It's true.
He takes opportunities that would like kill anyone else and spin it around and make it to his advantage. So I look at these things the same way. Like, I'm not afraid of getting anything from a lawyer or from these big companies, and you could just make any seemingly bad outcome into like a opportunity.
That's crazy. It's crazy, and I dig it. I dig it a lot.
Yeah, man.
I dig it a lot. I mean, can we get a little inkling of what the new Behold the Pale White? I mean, what's the...
No. Well, no. I don't want.
He was thinking about it. Okay, well, at least could you talk a little bit about like what you think is the natural next extension of what you guys see in the future for potential products you would develop?
Yeah, I mean, I really admire a brand like Pocari Sweat, which is the Japanese electrolyte brand. They use real sugar. They have some ingredients I don't like in there, but it's a pretty decent product. I admire that they're fairly consistent in having like 2 or 3 SKUs. They don't even have different flavors or anything. I think it's fascinating. We're not necessarily doing that, but I don't want to branch out into like things that don't make sense, like a tallow, like if we started making a tallow bomb whatever, like Santa Cruz Medicinals or Paleo or whatever that company's called. Brandon Ruh, he's big on TikTok. He has his Santa Cruz electrolytes, but he anytime a smaller company than his, like in the health world, comes up with a product, he kind of rips it and does it himself. So he has his electrolyte, but then he has his tallow bomb. Like, why are you even doing that? And he's probably making a lot of money, but I want to stay like kind of in our lane here and really focus on these products. But I think eventually we'll do ready to drink formulas that we'd be in supermarkets, and that'd be for when we want to be in Target and those types of stores, which we're not focused on yet. I want to figure out Amazon before anything. So we had like a year ago or 8 months ago or so, like a soft launch on Amazon, and I don't like how it's been going because the cans get dented. They don't care about Amazon doesn't care about like preserving the integrity of the product, so the cans will arrive dented and people don't like that, or and it's heavy. So I'm kind of letting our time on Amazon like peter out right now, where whatever inventory they have, just sell through. I'm hiring a new company that will handle our Amazon that were referred to by someone I trust a lot. And we're going to only sell stick packs on Amazon.
Let's go.
The cans are going to be on our website, and the stick packs will be on our website, but only stick packs on Amazon. And we're going to go very heavy into that around January, February, where I like this time next year, or a little bit earlier than that. I'm predicting like probably 200,000, 300,000 a month fairly soon in revenue on Amazon just from the stick packs.
Fantastic.
So once we have all of that dialed in, then we'll entertain going into stores, which is more for vanity than anything, because they take a lot of the margin. But it's like a billboard. You're going to be in front of more people.
Exactly.
Like right now we're in Laurel Supply in West Hollywood, California, and we're in Nude, Miami, another specialty store. But we're only in those stores because they approached us and they asked us. We never approached anyone to be in any store. So we really want to like put all our energy into Shopify and then Amazon really soon, and then we'll figure everything out
Josh,
out after.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm
We're
excited
excited.
about a little
We're
ready
following
to
along.
drink. A little
Yes.
ready to
Yeah.
drink action. And methinks Sport Kids and Sport Drink Energy. There's going to be a lot more to come there.
Yes.
Sport-drink.com. Everybody and their mom should go buy, subscribe, follow the gents upon the interwebs. You know, maybe a little different marketing messaging per platform, but go follow them on
Yes.
X.
Lie,
Josh,
just lie. You know, be crazy on Twitter and then lie on Facebook. You know?
There you go. There you go. Pick your lanes of crazy, Josh. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Yeah.
And we love the product. We look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, bro.
Thanks so much. Anytime.
Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only Bob Phibbs coming inside of this show, the retail doctor who has been training everyone and everywhere to learn how to get your floor associates and more to actually sell your product inside of stores. Do so in a winsome way and send your monies up and to the right. Very relevant for all of us in the consumer world who want to get our product inside of retail and do really, really well while we are there. He is coming inside the show. Before he gets in here, a word from our sponsors over at Rocked After Sale and North Beam. Play it for us, producer Jack. If you're in the ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Shopify says I made this much, I spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data. Starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey for real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what those platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of the show. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can sprinkle in $3 to $4 extra on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Lekach, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every single day by adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents just by showing offers from Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. You can be live in minutes. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Truly a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of the show. Coming inside of this show right now, the legend of retail, the one and only Bob Phibbs, who's helping everyone, everywhere, in every way sell more in a winsome way, motivating, helping, and equipping their associates and floor people to do so. We must bring them inside of the show. Well, everybody, welcome the one and only Bob Phibbs. Get in here, Bob. Get inside of this show.
Oh. Dude, you said winsome twice? Like, who says that word once in a year? You're like right there.
It's one of my favorites, Bob. I try to keep that in
It's one of his favorites.
Yeah, you should work on that.
Every now
nice
and
hat, though. Why you're wearing a lanyard, I don't know. Oh, that's your...
That's the ears. That's the ears.
I told you I sell cowboy clothes, dude. So I was like critiquing you. And there's,
you know, I will take it from a legend like you, Bob.
That's true.
Bob, you know,
Let's do this thing.
I have found and believe this very much. I got this principle from the Harmon brothers years ago that if you have not sold your product in person, IRL, to another human being, you probably don't really know how to sell your product in the first place. I find this incredibly relevant for all of us D2C marketers and more. Would you agree with this? I mean, you are the master of helping people do this very thing.
And I am the master, and I've come down from my vaunted mountain to share my words of wisdom with you boys. So, yeah, I mean, look, the reality is selling is nothing more than the transference of feeling, right? Because I love something, I can easily sell it to you. That's the problem why most brands have trouble, because nobody is as passionate as a founder. So you hire somebody who has a pedigree, and you're like, oh, he'll do the job. And you're like, dude, you suck. But we don't do that. we say, oh, bless your heart, you're trying. Oh, you're taking out ads. Oh, bless your heart. What a winsome guy. And in the end, if results aren't there, we sometimes blame the product instead of the person that's actually doing it, right?
Bob, can you talk to me about the term anything else and what this is costing on the retail's perspective? Talk to me about this and what people should be saying instead.
it's second only to welcome in. What a bunch of crap. Welcome in. Like, what are you, a circus tent? No, anyway. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah. So just think of it. We're at a restaurant. We've had a great meal, right? And the server comes over and she goes, anything else? And what do you say?
No, thanks.
No,
Of
thanks.
course.
All good.
Absolutely. I doubt you're even saying thanks. Maybe when some people do, but probably not. Now, if she comes back and she's like, hey, can I get you some cake or pie or cookies or something like that? Did you see that? No. Did you take her up on? No. But what if she said, we kind of got this legendary brownie that I can warm up, just a little caramel on it, and put a scoop of ice cream. What do you think? Whether you want it or not, you saw it. So servers get it because they make a tip on it. If you're a server listening to this, by the way you get your check up is have them pre-order dessert. And you say, a lot of people, they get too full. And then they say, oh, I don't want dessert. But you order it now. That way it comes and you can either take it home or eat it with us. Anyway.
Ooh. Wow.
Just one of the things. We're not even talking that. But I had to share that because after all, I'm here with the cowboy. By the way, I have something red too. I have the sales floor problem. That's my new
the sales floor problem.
Almost the same color, dude. Almost.
Is this new? Is this coming out now, Bob?
This is brand new. This is only for retail CEOs, dude.
Really?
This is describing my time at a wonderful department store in New York City where 9 people didn't say a word to me. And I walked out the front doors of this establishment at 59th and Lex. And the doorman said, hey, sir, can I get you a cab? And I hold it. And I took a video and I pretty much railed on this brand for 5 minutes on LinkedIn and Facebook, 55,000 views within a day, 1,000 comments of people saying, this is why I don't go to a store. Here's why it should matter to anyone who is listening that has a brick and mortar presence. 25% of people are buying your brand on a marketplace or second nature or vintage or whatever, which means they love the brand. They don't like the experience in your store. So you better wake up because everybody thinks everything's going to be free money online, right? And you know it and I know it. Apparel can run up to 70% returns. So if I can get somebody in the store, I get you half naked in a fitting room and I sell you an outfit, you're probably going to buy it and you're going to remember you had a great time with me, just like your viewers think with your program, because it's entertaining. We had a good time. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, exactly. I feel too, Bob, in our world, IRL, experiential marketing, people having a moment, something that they can put in their pocket and leave with, having that kind of memoriam of a brand experience, it really does endear yourselves in a way that other people who are selling on the internet, they just cannot compete with. And that's why I'm such a huge fan of actually going inside a store and having something like this. It makes me feel more human. I feel like there's an outcry of some sort in our AI age where people do want to go into a store and have something, a pleasant experience that they can walk away with.
You sound very winsome when you talk about that.
I appreciate that.
The one thing, during the pandemic, I did a live video every day for 7 months, and I would pick up one product. It didn't matter what the product is. Could have been this Batchelder tile. This is a antique from Batchelder in LA, and the story about how I bought it. And I did that for every brand I could think of. And I got to the end, I was like, holy crap, what else can I put on my closet or my kitchen or something? But it was surprising how many stories, because there's always a story about how we bought it and a story about what the product is. And I think the challenge for e-com is, how do you do that, right? Because you're another set of JPEGs on a site, and you're trying to break in and break out, and that's hard. But going all the way back to the beginning, if the founder can't make that creation and say, this is why it's great, this is what I use, this is how I did it, it's really hard for marketing to do it because they have nothing really to build on. They're going to go with whatever they think.
Bob,
go ahead, Colin.
Bob, you've trained over, I would say, 250,000 retail associates to be dogs. Can you talk to me about what like that top 10% look like? Is there an innate thing that you immediately pick up on and you're like, that's one of them. That's one of them. I can see it right away.
You guys would be good. You guys would both be good because you're curious. The first thing is curious. Are you curious? If you're curious, you'll probably be successful in selling. You both can shut up and let someone talk. that would be a big mark these days, because a lot of people are afraid to talk to somebody, or we talk at a minimum. And I want to get back to my, what's that cat wrestling the alligator this time, right? I mean, we want to get back to this BS, and then there's a person, and it's like, who's that Colin guy? Oh yeah, he want to make a return. Can you handle him? Can you like just? And you don't even think,
I hate
dude, that was your brand. That was your brand.
Horrible.
Like Ecomm, I'm always shocked when the white glove delivery of something, and it's two people who don't realize that's our brand. Actually, going all the way back, I wanted to put this little point in. You can kick me off at any point today.
No.
Who was the shoes? Allbirds. Great online brand, right? Amazing, amazing. And then they opened stores, and you went into their stores that was like kind of cool, because each box, the size was a different color. And that's kind of cool. They're stacked up behind a counter, like, oh, that's kind of cool. Absolutely nothing on the sales floor.
Really?
Like they're just talking to each other, and they were the hot kids for what?
They were.
6 months. It was all Silicon Valley got into them, and then suddenly everybody's like, that's just a nylon sock on a sole. We can do that. And suddenly you looked around and they had nothing. And unless you got something in the store, which to your point, I think, I forget which one of you made the point, but you do need when you have stores, you realize that's fertile ground to find out what should we be doing better, what can we do different, what do they really think about it? And that's tough. I mean, we do mystery shops on my online retail sales training, Sales RX, and I'm in countries all over the world. And in the United States, I'm able to shop them. We shop them when they first start, because of a low bar, and then we shop them in 6 months. And some get 100, and it's amazing. And you see the system is working, and they're loving life, telling me sales are up like 40%, and da-da-da. And other people, like, they're at 30. And they go, why do you do that? I go, I publish that. I published on my blog. I want you to know it's hard. Just like Ecomm. Like, oh, we'll just get a website. We'll get an app. As you boys know, that ain't all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talk a little bit more about this, the secret shopping piece of things. I am sure that you have some unreal stories from this, where you have walked into a store and just been like, I don't even know how you have all 4 of the walls up right now. Like, this is an absurd experience that I am going through. And I'm going to stay in just because of the absurdity of the experience I have right now.
Well, in my new book,
let's go.
See the
sales floor problem.
I got to get on the right. Where the hell's my camera? The sales floor problem. Why the money you're losing isn't from Amazon. It's walking out your front door. I tell the story. I'm speaking up in Canada, and one of my favorite stores is Harry Rosen. They are the pinnacle of men's fashion. I've had great experience. In fact, those videos I did on Facebook and LinkedIn, one of them was on Harry Rosen, and the owner wrote back, he's like, thanks so much. Like, that's really great. So I am looking forward to it. So I go to book the Uber, and they're like, that's a 90-minute, that's 45 minutes there each way. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to Harry Rosen. So I get the Uber. I get in there, right? So I go to the flagship store, and I enter the doors, and there's 2 people at the very front. So you're walking, and it's right here. And this one guy goes, good morning. And that's exactly right out of my book. I go, good morning. And that's it. And so I start walking in, and I'm walking around, and it's like I'm invisible. Do you remember? You're probably too young, but there was a Star Trek where Spock was a fly or something, and he could see everything, but no one saw him. That's what I felt like. So I'm walking through this beautiful store. It's 2 layers, and like every brand you can think of that you think would be high end is there, but a bunch of others you have no idea, right? So I'm walking through, and salespeople are walking by me. I'm picking things up. I'm looking, and I see people rearranging displays and all this stuff. And I see this guy walking by, really nice. And I was like, yeah, I would like to look like that guy. That guy's pretty. And I'm about to go to keynote in China, first time in my life. I'm going to go to Shanghai. I'm like, I need a new outfit. I want to rock this. And so I'm down on the 2nd floor, and people are walking by me. And I'm like, I think those are salespeople. And it's like, all right, well, big deal. So I see this jacket. It's kind of a cool jacket. It's a couple grand. And I'm like, I could pull this off. I'm not that young, but I can pull this off. And I try it on in the mirror. And then I'm thinking, yeah, I need a shirt to go with this. And it's a shirt, and it's a dark, my dark green period. I'm like, yeah, I think that's going to work. And then I'm like, I can't swear here. I would, but
you can.
What the fuck is going on? Why am I standing in front of a mirror with a $3,000 outfit and I'm alone? What the hell is going on here?
Right.
And so I put it back. I throw it on the counter. I'm like, I'm not even putting it on the hanger. Screw this. I go back upstairs and I'm like, don't be this guy, Bob. It's like, I'm being this guy. So I go to the front desk, the same guy, and I go, is your manager here? And he goes, oh, yes. Is there a problem? I go, I think so. So the guy comes up. It's the well-looking guy that I saw walking by me down below is the manager. And I said, you know, I just walked around like 15 minutes in here and I picked up items and none of you could take a moment. Well, you know, a lot of them merchandisers. I was like, yeah. And I explained it back to him and he goes, well, I guess you caught us with our pants down. And I was like, odd to say that.
Yeah.
And I said, I just took an Uber 45 minutes to get here, dude. I've done lifetime. What a great brand. Well, I guess we let you down. And I was like, I'm out.
That's it.
And I turn, I leave. What do? I have to take a video.
Yeah, you're the wrong guy. You are the wrong guy to have that experience with.
Right. I should tell you about the follow-up of the story that I first started with at 59 and Lex. But anyway, this story. So I make my video and I said, you know, I went 45 minutes to get there. It's 45 to get back. It's all this. I went out of my way to come here. And this is what I had. And another like 20,000 views. That was just in a couple of hours. And then people are just piling on Harry Rosen. They suck. You used to be great. They're horrible. Right all the way down. And I get a DM from the CEO. He goes, "Can we talk about this?" And I was traveling because I'm trying to get back home. And I was like, "Absolutely." And then by then it's up to like 40,000. And now it's going on the next day. And he comments and he says, I just looked at the tapes and Bob is right.
Oh, wow.
We didn't do anything. And he writes his own post, which I feature in my book, The Last Sales Floor Problem. And he wrote his own post and said, yeah, Bob showed us what we were doing wrong. We fell the mark. We can do better. It's now going to be part of our all of our training going forward. We can't let this happen again. And I'm like, that's it. Somebody has to take accountability. That's my issue, right? He could have said, "You're just a jerk. This looks like the way you always deal with things." Like, no, I've told great stories about your store, and because I just sat there in that store thinking, somebody's not paying attention here because you don't have, it's not like a Macy's at Herald Square. It's not like you've got hundreds of people walking in and out, much less guys who are fashionable, much less guys who are willing to pay your prices. Yeah. And yet you expect me to be treated like I'm at, I don't know, Kmart. Well, like, you don't even know what that is, but Walmart. And so I think, to your point, you can make a difference. I think it does matter that someone is looking at what's going on. I give a framework of how you should sell. How do you interact with somebody? I don't think it's brain surgery. I think everybody who's ever done sales training, you can always go back to How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie, 1933, right? Yeah. Just shut up and listen. But that only goes so far. And especially now when most Gen Z would rather I walk in the store texting them and they would love that.
Yeah.
But people with money don't want to shop that way. And there are bitter people, don't get me wrong. There are bitter people in the world that only want to buy online. Yay for you. But for most of the world, 80% of the world wants to buy in a brick and mortar store. And this is another example in my book I'm just giving it all away today.
Please,
if I wanted, what?
Please, Bob, give it all away.
I'm just saying. Well, you probably have another guest in like 5 seconds. So if my HP printer runs out of printing ink, I don't need to go into the office supply store and have somebody with their sacred scrunchie of keys come to the magic count, the cabinet with HP, and carefully unlock it and hand me my $30 cartridge, right? I don't need that. I'm buy it online. I'll get it today. Amazon, I'll get it. It's already here. What the hell? And but woe to you if I go into that office supply and to find that person with their sacred scrunchie and do that, and they go, anything else? Because what's the obvious add-on? Paper.
No.
Hello.
Oh.
And if I'm in that store, chances are I may not know what else I'm looking for, But what has happened in brick and mortar retail is we're trying to make it into online, which is, hey, Colin, what the hell are you doing in my store? I'm looking for a blue denim check, kind of not too big that I can leave open and show my one chest hair. Oh, great. I got just the one for you. I got just the one for you, man. Or we walk into a furniture store, right? And you got your up. So what do you say? Hey, what's your what are you looking for today? I'm looking for a sofa, a couch. We call them a sofa here. Oh, do you have a budget? I don't know, $5.99. Oh, okay. We'll go over here. Is all I've got 3? Well, that's your budget. Oh, okay. So they go to Wayfair, where no one gives them a judgment, where they're like, oh, $3,000, that's fine. But we have so treated the human connection like it is something to get rid of that I think a lot of retailers, and I don't care whether it's online or offline, and let's face it, a lot of brands are obviously playing both sides.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we did a mystery shop the other day. This is pretty sad. And we sent it off, and I was like, oh my God, this is like in the teens. And the young woman is helping the shopper, and the shopper's like, oh, I want to buy something for my niece, not even asking how old her niece is or anything else. Like, what about this or this? And she's like, well, I don't know. She goes, you could just continue it online. It's
Gosh.
Wow, can you just say, like, get the hell out of the store? You're worthless.
Instead. Yeah.
Right?
I'd love for you to dive into this. So, like, say I'm a brand. I'm opening up my first brick and mortar. Are there, 3 non-negotiables that you would have out of the gate that you would say, hey, brand founder, we have to make sure that we are doing these 3 things perfectly day one of opening this bad boy up?
I only get 3, huh? Well,
Give us 4, Bob. We want to transfer the feeling. We got to transfer the
that's
feeling.
right, baby. Don't be winsome, Bob. You got to lead it. All right. So the only thing I would say is training is everything. And it's pretty funny. You go to Chick-fil-A, right? What do they always say at Chick-fil-A? It's my pleasure. Right? They always say
My pleasure. It's
go to
so
their
delightful.
Right. Go apply for them. What's in their job descriptions, we say, this is what we say. Oh, okay, fine. In a job interview, like, okay, so we say it's my pleasure. Like, are you okay with that? Oh, yes, I'm fine with that. In the training, I'm sure they say, we go through and say that, they role play it, they do it behind the scenes, like, great, they get out on the floor, right? Oh, it's my pleasure, until they work with Colin, who doesn't say that at all. Never. And suddenly, are they going to say that? No.
Maybe not.
So you have to connect all 3, right? That's my first point, that you have to first off set the standard. This is what our branded experience looks like. Are you good delivering it? Oh, absolutely. You're going to train it so that there's no way they can come back to you and go like, no one told me that. Yeah, okay. And then more importantly, you have to say, and by the way, if you don't do that, we're probably going to find a way to limit your hours or part company. Are you okay with that? That's kind of strong, Bob. I don't think I can do it. Look, New York, if you're in the city, you're paying over $30 an hour for someone to be on that floor. If you have an online store, it's not free. When you factor in all the returns and you factor in all of the things that could go wrong, and people are now using AI to do all kinds of crap to you, the stakes have never been higher. So I would say the same thing with an e-com. What's the experience you want when I come on there? Because I don't need another product page. What I want is somebody to say, this is for you. I did a nasty little post at Nordstrom. They sent me some ridiculous email with new summer dresses, and based on your last purchase of shoes, which I was just like, how random is this? Did you just sit there and say, just throw anything out there? I don't. Oh, my favorite. Put these in there. What the hell? Why you probably want these?
There we go.
Let's go.
And I'm just always like, is anyone paying attention? So number 1 is that you're going to connect those 3, right? Hiring, training, and accountability to what a branded standard is. Number 2, you're going to make sure that you give them enough time that they can go through and understand that you're not opening the doors and saying, okay, we're opening today. Because the one thing that's hard about opening new stores is, or restaurants, you burn in the first 90 days, you'll probably burn through all those people. Because it's all cool and fun when you're putting a new store, and it's like, look at this is amazing. Oh my gosh, look at that pen. That's so cool. Yay. And then, after 90 days, you're like, so we just sit here waiting for people to come in. Yeah, that's what we do. Like, Oh, great. And we're back to the alligator wrestling the chicken or whatever, right?
Wow.
I mean, so, and then 3 is to understand how do you fit into the broader picture? Because if you're selling, let's say, I don't care, $3,000 handbag, how does that fit into Prada? How does that fit into buying it secondhand? Can they present that like it's worth it? Or is the young woman who's working for you buying, well, let's just say you're at Michael Kors, which I really don't know handbags that well, but let's say Michael Kors. Let's say you're selling that. I don't know. I guess they have $3,000 handbags. Don't flame me. I don't know that.
Mistake pick, but that's fine.
Thank you. But she's probably buy it for like $25 of a marketplace. And if you don't help her understand that this bag is different, it's, buying it first, it's different than vintage. And, you're not going to get that stain out of those pants that you bought at Goodwill or whatever it's going to be until you make them understand like, oh, that's why it's more money. Then they're always going to feel like they're a fraud. And that's really hard to get them to add on. Right. So,
wow.
Was that 3? Was that 4? I don't know.
That's 3. That's 3. Right. I think there's a very apt, insightful kind of metaphor here for what is happening in retail. We're like trying to make it a website experience. What do you want? Okay, go over there, get that, get out of here. Get out of here. What do you want? Give me money. Get the hell out of here. Like that. That is not fitting. It's not fitting for an IRL human, high touch experience. I think what I would love to know is that I'd love to know how people work with you, learn from you, improve their retail experiences, because I can't imagine that the retail doctor gets flown around to everywhere and every way, and all of the people that you work with. There's got to be like a step. We've got the new book that everybody should be reading, Sales Floor Problem.
Well, it's only for CEOs. CEO briefing only for the top of the company. It's not I don't even have it available on the site. You got to be the top guy or gal.
So it's gated. This is an exclusive book.
Gated.
You would be shocked how many people come back to me on my link, because I have 340,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I'm serializing it now. I'm putting a little excerpt out every month, every week. And people are like, I'm not in retail, but I really love your book. Where can I buy? It's like, it's not for you.
You can't.
Well, I really want to train my crew. That's not for you. Like, you want that? Go buy my other books. This is setting out that problem, like I just said, and in a language that's really directed at the CEO, which is how many people walked out your front door. That's all I look at. I don't give a crap that you had reviews and people love you and you're doing all these QR codes to get people to like you or all that. I don't give a crap. Because if I walk into your store, realistically, let's say in a mall, I'm going to walk into 3. I gave you 1/3 of my attention. And I didn't walk into your store seeing it full of cowboy hats, right? And go, do you guys have women's lingerie? I'm trying to pick up a Valentine's gift. Like, we already know what you sell. We can see it in the windows. But when I walk in, this is also in my book, but I will tell you what it is in a retail store, which probably could translate to your buddies in e-com world. You walk into a store, and going back to Harry Rosen, I walk in, the first thing I want to look at, are people engaged? Are they smiling? Do they want to be there? That's the first thing I'm looking at. People think, oh, you're looking at the merch. Like, that ain't it at all, pal. Because if I see your head down, like when I was at Saks in New York City, and all the employees with their heads down and their phones, and the manager told a friend of mine, they're all clienteling. Is like, what bullshit? Like, don't tell that to me. You're in front of a counter, you're texting people to come into the store, or whatever it is, I don't know, on your, like, no, you're watching the alligator wrestle a chicken, right? So, where am I going with this, Robert? So the second part is, so I see that, this is kind of what happened at Harry Rosen. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then the brain switches to the second one, which is to browse. Like, could I pull up burgundy? That's not a color I would typically do, but that's kind of interesting. I'm picking it up. You're looking at it, you're feeling the texture, whatever it's going to be. So now you're kind of in browsing brain. Your brain's kind of going like, I think I could pull this off. Where does this fit in my wardrobe? How's all that working out? So, and then comes decision when I'm actually trying it on. So here's the problem. I'm in that second part, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm picking it up. Can I help you find something? Whoa, no, I'm just looking, because I'm in a different part of my brain. My brain is like, right? And even if I'm looking in, like if we go back to Harry, if it would have been better, I'm standing there and they say, wow, that really looks great. What changed in your life to be looking at something like that? Oh, I'm going on a trip to Shanghai, et cetera, et cetera. And then they would have said, well, what do you got in your wardrobe that you could coordinate with? I don't know. And now you got me going back and going like, wow,
exactly.
That's cool. And she goes, you know, if you got a basic black turtleneck, this would be how I'd wear it. And all that. You're like, I love you. And then you would say, oh, but I want to get something else. So you'd say, oh, I want, right. But that's the conversation. And then it's on me. I can say, you know, I can just cut the tags off. You can wear it out. Or I can even box it up and make it like when you get home, it's a gift for yourself. Which would you like? I'll wear it out. I'm done. Done. There's no magic to that. It's just knowing this is where I'm trying to go. So when I get to that point, I'm in that third place. The right thing to have been saying is all of that to close the deal. And you say nothing to me. I'm willing to say, I just fired our gardeners. I hired some gardeners, and they were like $40 an hour, which is a lot. And it ended up being kids who weren't even using tools, like taking their time, no hustle. Which brings me back to the fifth part. If I was opening a store, it is they damn well better have hustle.
Yeah,
because everyone's got a sideline. Everybody's doing something different. I was doing a speech in Newton, is that Connecticut? I think so, Newton, Connecticut. And afterwards, this big group was in the bar, and this young man comes up to me and goes, "Hey, those are Allen Edwards, aren't they?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're 19. How do you know the brand of my shoes?" He goes, I'm a shoes expert. That's what I do. That's my side hustle. I could get a good amount for those. I go, "Really? What could you get?" He goes, $190. I go, "Dude, these are $360." He goes, "Yeah, but $190, that's really at the top of the mark for me." It's like, "Oh, great. You're not taking my shoes, dude." And what made me laugh about that guy was he's 19 and he's the shoe dog. I mean, I got my start selling shoes in the mall, put myself through college doing that. And then I was going to be a Broadway conductor. We aren't getting into that right now, but that's not in the book either. But it is in my newest blog I just put up, which you can go to retaildoc.com/blog and you can find out about that. And if you just go to retaildoc.com, that's DOC, you can see how I work as a keynote speaker. You can see what a clip of my 6 minutes, what it's like to be in the audience with me. That was done in Sao Paulo, Brazil, a couple of months ago, and Shanghai's in there, and a couple of others. And you can find me as a consultant. You know, I've built over businesses, all kinds of businesses, and you know, whether it's agricultural equipment, went from 5 to 9.7 million, from a retailer, a little coffee house who owed more than he sold in a year, battling 2 Starbucks, to a featured presentation in the New York Times business section of the Sunday Times, to all kinds of things in between. And then also my online training, which is Sales RX, SELES RX, because I give the world voice lessons. I was going to be a Broadway conductor and that didn't come through, but it's about teaching people this is how you use your voice. Otherwise, all right, so here's my other big idea. I said, share this in Sao Paulo, my new big idea. I don't think this is in the book. So most people, you think of a young person today, and you're 18, 19, you're in the I world, which is like a little feral cat, you know, barn cat, you know, and they're like me. They got to stay away. They're skittish of everything. They're really in their own little world, right? And when you're teaching a first job as a retailer, restaurant, hotel, doesn't matter, your goal is to get this person from I to a we world, because a we world works in retail. It works in restaurant hospitality. It's us. And here's the big problem. Most of us aren't taking the time to take these people out of that. So we have a world where people are all about me and my grievances, and you didn't, and it's me, and instead of, oh, it's a we. Because if it's a we, then suddenly you can build a brand on that. You know, I think Costco does that. I think Trader Joe's does that. I think Starbucks certainly did it when they were brand new. I think Lululemon, when they opened up, they're opening free yoga classes, you know, every Sunday night. In fact, going back to Lululemon, because a lot of people like to throw shade on them, in the early years, and they may still do it, they actually would have a meeting every Sunday night with the crew, where the manager would go through and say, what's your goals, and help them plan wherever they're going to get to. That's how you build a great brand, is you have people that you care about, because if you care about them, they're going to show that they care about you. And they're not like you walk around a store for 20 minutes and come back, oh, I guess you caught us with our pants down. Whoops.
That's not going to win. That's not going to win. But
I don't think so.
I do think that with the retail docs help, I think we can.
Let's go.
I think we can.
That's it.
The new book, The Sales Floor Problem, not available to everyone.
No,
You got to be
ask.
a top dog.
You got to make the mark, baby.
You got to make the mark. You got to ask. Bob, we appreciate you making the time to join us, dropping wisdom,
Colin, just one more.
hospitality.
Just another? No. The other way around.
No, one more down, Colin. One more down, Colin. We must go the opposite route. Bob, everybody go follow Bob Phibbs on LinkedIn. Get the book. We appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you back. What an enlightening conversation. That guy's a live wire.
Let's go.
He's a live wire.
What a show. And Michael's already here.
Coming inside of this show right now, the one and only Michael Morelli, founder of Paw Gin, doer of incredible things, saver of Choo Choo's life, and enabler.
That's true.
Enabler of peptides. That's peptides for pups. I'm very interested in this next conversation. Before he comes to us, a word from our sponsors over at Intelligence and Seguno. Play it for us, producer Jack. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means that you don't have to cede your trust to big email that's over-attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is the email data. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you build for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. You get a free trial of the platform. Tell them Colin I sent you. It will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. What is the next big idea that could change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle, strategy, or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligence exists. It's an AI-powered testing platform, helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligence.io/audit. In just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. Totally free, AI-powered audit. Go talk with Intelligence. Get the next new big idea for your business. Many thanks for Intelligence being part of the show. Coming inside of this show, founder of Paw Gin, the one and only Michael Morelli. He is creating the Canine Longevity Company, bringing human biohacking, that playbook, to the world of all of our beloved dogs and our furry friends. We must bring him inside of the show. Everybody, welcome the one and only Michael Morelli. Michael, get in here. Get inside.
Let's go. So good to be here. The energy is fantastic.
Let's go. That's what I think about you and what you have been doing with our beloved Choo Choo, Michael.
Let's go,
Choo Choo. How long have you been following his journey?
I have known literally for like a week of what is going on with Choo Choo.
So there's a lot of backstory with this dog. I mean, it's insane what we've been able to do. He's 14.
Let's go.
We got him when he was 9, 30 pounds overweight, heart murmur, blind in one eye, deaf.
Oh,
like left for dead. Now, it was my wife's idea. I can't take credit for it. I didn't want to rescue. I wanted the brand new, perfect pit bull, right? 8 weeks old. Let me get the, She's like, no, we're going to rescue a dog. Heart of gold. So anyway, we get this dog and we've had it for 5 years. It's become part of our family. Are you guys dog guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so becomes part of our family. Like when he hurts, my heart hurts. When the kid, he's like a kid. So we start seeing him really decline. And I lost Bubba the Blue, about 5 years ago. It broke my heart. It was the hardest thing I ever went through.
That's tough.
Did not want to go through that again. Having experience with peptides over the last 7-8 years with humans, I'm like, you know what? We're going to give him BPC 157 and TB 500.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's just do it, right? He's on the decline. Let's just do it. So we started injecting him, and I kid you not, around the 5 or 6 week mark, he's jumping on things that he hadn't jumped on in a long time. Walks are longer again without getting winded. He's got like this youthful spark. And I'm like, my creative brain, the innovator brain, the branding guy, light sparks. And I'm like, well, what else can we do?
Yeah.
So now we started him on low dose testosterone, TRT, again.
Crazy. Let's go.
Yeah. Again, right? Level up. He just left. We did cold laser therapy and acupuncture today.
Seriously.
Red light therapy, PEMF mat, physical therapy. I didn't even know it was a thing for dogs. On Wednesday, he had his first physical therapy appointment. So now we've got this mimetic dog, Chew, who is like perfect for this.
That's crazy.
Going viral. Andrew Huberman picked it up. Russell Brand picked it up. Jake Paul. All of these people, I've met some. Yeah, right. I've met these amazing people, all rallying around Choo Choo, and this sort of push that we've been able to do for him late in his life.
This is groundbreaking. This is groundbreaking, Michael. Go ahead.
This is crazy. Michael, you got to talk about this because you have also dubbed him the most measured dog alive. What are you measuring?
Do you like that?
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
What are you measuring?
So I don't have him here. So on Wednesday, this doctor, her name is Dr. Biamonte, came. We heavy metals, metal exposure, mycotoxins, food sensitivity, extensive labs, all being done as of this Wednesday. Now, up until this point, it's been just sort of your basic labs. We've used, in addition to the things that I shared with you, we started using bioregulators, which is just a smaller string or a chain of amino acids that are made from animal tissue that you take. It's a pill form that work on individual tissues and organs, right? You take a brain bioregulator and it enhances the brain, theoretically. So we started him just after the TRT on bioregulators for his kidney. The kidney is the one thing that we're watching through this whole thing because we saw that sort of change. Kidney markers are better as a result of this bioregulator, brother.
Wild.
Nuts.
Let's just game this out, Michael. I mean, how much more life do you think that you are? I mean, not just extending time, but even more enjoyable life, a more
quality of life,
youthful quality of life. I mean, how much more life do you project that you're giving Choo Choo?
I was just thinking about this today, and you're so right. The quality of life is so important, right? He's limping, he's not jumping on things. Like imagine, right? As a human, our ego, we can't lift as much weight anymore. Right? All of a sudden, right? Like you just start to dwindle.
Yeah.
So now, right, jumping on things, like I said, running, like spunky, quality of life is up. And quite frankly, we think we're pushing 20. So he's 14 and a half. And we're pushing 20, and if we can extend it longer than that, that's what we plan on doing.
That's crazy. It's crazy to think about, like having a dog live that long and have an incredible life. Go ahead, Colin.
Do you have any other kind of like tests on the horizon you'd like to do? Maybe like stem cell therapy or something along those lines, where you kind of have them in your sights, but you just want to bake it out a little bit more before you do it?
Yeah. So I was talking to my wife this morning about Clotho. Have you ever heard of Clotho?
Ooh, I have heard of Clotho. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's wild. You're dialed, Michael.
Michael's dialed. Michael is dialed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Clotho is a protein that is produced in the kidney, a little bit in the brain, but in the kidney that declines with age.
Okay.
The more of it in your body, the more youthful you stay.
Interesting.
So because we're watching the kidneys close, this Clotho, right, which is a protein, we in theory think it's going to improve the kidneys and it's going to improve his musculature. Yeah. Wow. So that's the next piece. And I've got access to everything because I also have a telehealth company and, we've dabbled in the RUO space. So the beautiful part is I've literally got access to everything. And so, but like, as you can imagine, right, you don't want to throw everything at him at once because then you don't know what's working and what's not, what's really doing the lifting here. So you want to layer it in, be methodical, look at the data, look at what's going on. And a lot of this, as you guys can imagine, right, is looking at how he's improving day to day and how he's moving,
Yeah. Tell me this, Michael. The more you talk about this here and now, and I think when we first talked about Choo Choo a few days ago, this came up in our conversation. It almost seems like peptides for pets, peptides. I mean, this may become a even larger market for peptides, even maybe before humans. It does for humans. I mean, would you agree? I see this as like an incredible opportunity to improve life of our pets, extend their life, quality of life. I wonder if peptides for pups. It takes the country by storm even before it does for humans.
You know, let's face it. I think as humans, right, we'll do anything for our dogs. You're in a vet, and the vet's like, hey, it's going to be $7,762, where you might not see Bubba tomorrow.
Yeah.
You are, it doesn't matter, right? Credit card, you'll put all your credit cards down, all of it, right in the blink of the eye to save your dog.
Yeah.
So as your dog is fading, especially if you've lost a dog, you know how painful that is. You'll do anything to not experience that and to give your dog a better life. Yeah. And so for that reason, and for the reason that a lot of the studies on these peptides have been done on animals, rodents, usually in rats, you start to think, oh gosh, well, it was done on animals. This is an animal. Maybe this is actually a more natural progression.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Are you, and how are you thinking about veterinarians with kind of Paul Gen and how you're kind of rolling this thing out? Because I would imagine you could create an entire incredible network that now is pushing this for you. Are you trying to be intentional about that, or do you just want to do, direct to consumer right now?
So it's a really good question. And the idea is to eventually do both. To bring credibility to Podgen. I'm not a veterinary. I just happen to love my dog and have access to peptides and thought, you know what? He's fading. Let's give this a try.
Yeah, sure.
Luck, destiny, whatever, right? It's worked out.
Yeah.
And so as a brander and an innovator, I'm like, we've got to get this to market. We can help a lot of dogs. Cool. Podgen has created the one SKU. Now we're working on customized blends for dogs. We're working on longevity, other longevity therapies, dog chews, dog bones, food, like the full gamut. We want to build the world's #1 dog longevity brand that exists.
Incredible.
I just had a talk with the vet that was here. She's a holistic vet. I've got 2 in my life now that are fantastic. And my question to her was, hey, we want to build or bring a board of vets, advisors to this company to bring some credibility to it. Is this something that you're interested in? And she's like, oh, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
It's so new for them. There are no veterinaries that are injecting or using. I mean, we're talking about 0.00, right? Something percent that have actually even started exploring this because it's so new and there's no data. It's literally experiential and exploratory. So there is a little bit of, there's some red tape and but she's actually got her own business and on the holistic side fully. So long story short, yes, the next step for us is to continue to release new Podgen products and then bring in a board of doctors, vets to really bring some credibility to the brand.
Maybe I'm a little on the crazy side here, Michael, but I almost believe it more because you're not a veterinarian. I almost like, for me.
Can you hit the button?
Yeah, we gotta,
Let's go.
Maybe I'm doom scrolling X too much, but I don't think I am. When I see you, it's like, hey man, I've got access to peptides. I love my dog, and man,
I'm just a guy.
Look at him growing, and to me, I think of you and what's happening with Choo Choo alongside the same as what the guy did when he found his dog had cancer, and he started talking with ChatGPT, and now he's in the Y Combinator, and he's developing a unique injection vaccine for dogs. Like, it's more impressive to me. And it is more credibility that you're coming from this space. And I feel like this thing is designed to crush for direct to consumer, going direct with your message and your product to the population en masse. I mean, am I crazy, Colin? I feel like this is I feel like it's almost even more credibility.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bajillion-dollar opportunity. I will say
it is.
Huberman covered this, and Huberman is a very big dog guy. He loves his dog so much. So if you were looking for an incredible doctor for behind the brand, just saying,
maybe Huberman.
Maybe Huberman. Maybe there's an opportunity there.
We need to get Huberman on the board.
He's watching. He follows me. I follow him. I know of his work. I love what he does. And for me, everything is happening for me, not to me. That's how I live my life. I get to do the things that I do. I don't have to, and everything is happening for me. And so it's all going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. We are people of integrity. I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And ultimately, when you do things for the right reasons and you actually care, good things happen.
Wow.
Come on. Another one. Maybe
Yeah.
even an eagle
An
for
eagle.
America.
I love it.
Tell me this, Michael. Tell me this.
Yep.
Man, as you continue to push into this thing, I feel like you're totally doing it for the right reasons. And it's got that mission focus behind it, like packed with a product that's like actually helping people, helping their dogs, helping their families, etc. And don't you think you're probably going to be doing this the rest of your life, Michael? I mean, in a positive sense. Do you think so? I feel like Podgen's set up to be a kind of a generational help to American families and dogs and more.
Well, off the back of this, so my wife's dream has been to have a dog rescue.
Incredible,
and it's been her dream for a really long time. And I could cry a little bit because I'm gonna be able to give that to her through this.
That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to. I see it. You know, there's a certain percentage of the proceeds that we'll put back into this rescue. We're gonna call it Chew the Rescue. That's, you know, think about Chew the Rescue. So Chew to the Rescue, but
Chew the Rescue.
Chew the Rescue. And I'm gonna be able to give that to her through this, and we're gonna be able to help so many more dogs through what we're doing here. It's honestly, it's an amazing thing. And I'll tell you, I've got a lot of successful businesses. I've got a lot of really great people in the right places. I've moved all of it off and made Chew the Rescue and Podgen my number one focus.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's big.
Michael, I got to selfishly ask you, I am on a couple peptides here and there. You know, you got TB500, you got BPC 157. What is kind of your second favorite peptide out there that you would kind of see as like the home run peptide, either for dogs and or humans, just with your background?
So for what specifically?
Great question. I would just say in general.
So I have a stack that I can't wait to try on my dog. Epithallium and Pinalion, that stack. So there's a Russian protocol that is around 10 milligrams per day for 20 days of epithallium with 1 milligram a day so this is 20 consistent days. I did this stack one time and I'm telling you, like, life changing. I woke up on that first day and it was just presence. It was calm. It was rested and recovered. I kid you not. And I didn't go into this trying to compress sleep, but I have effectively been able to compress sleep, meaning I feel like I get 8 hours on 6 because of this stack. Yeah. So I would say those two. Epithallium is great for telomere length, great for longevity, circadian rhythm, Pinalion, right? The Pinalion gland is so important in longevity. Those two, I think, is an underrated stack that's not talked about enough. The retatrutides and the tirzepatides and the GLPs, they steal the show, but this stack is phenomenal.
Wow.
Totally agree.
Tell me this, Michael. I'm ordering Podgen for my golden doodle. And like, I have never used peptides, but this, give me like the how-to of how this thing happens. I would imagine monthly subscription. I would imagine. Sure. I would imagine I'm injecting in some way. Just give me, like, wrap the how-tos around this thing for somebody like myself.
Yeah. So a couple of things. So we're working on a pen that's already got the cartridge in it and is much easier, right? To just reconstitute, couple clicks. And then it's got small, medium, and large dog already built in. So it's boom, 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 right? And
I see.
So very, very easy. We realize that what we're doing now, if you know peptides, you're great. You get it and you can do it. But a guy like you, right, who's just sort of leaning in, now there's guides and you get on our email list and we're going to give you the information that you need to be successful. However, we also have to walk sort of a tight leash, I'll say, because they are for research use only.
Sure. Makes sense.
Right. You are, right, by buying them, saying that you are going to use them for research. Now, the good news is that you're going to research them on your dog and not yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the idea, right, is small, medium, large dog. Our dog is a large dog. We're doing anywhere from 1 to 2 milligrams a day, 5 days on, 2 days off. That's what we're using for him. I think the starting point is about 500 micrograms, so 0.5 milligrams to 1 milligram, 5 days on, 2 days off.
2 days off. I see.
Yep.
That mechanism. That
Go ahead.
mechanism that you're describing, small, medium, large, couple of clicks, and that to me sounds like doable. That sounds like something I can step into.
Much easier. And this is actually for humans because we're getting ready to launch peptide strips for humans. We're not here to talk about this. We'll have to do another show. I've got 7 brands. I could do 7 shows with you guys. But this is really, really cool. I'll show you really quickly because I gave one of these to my dog.
A strip.
This is just
wow.
Yeah.
On the tongue.
And the roof of the mouth.
That's it for the mouth.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's so consumer.
The argument
friendly.
is that's not right. That's not extremely bioavailable, right? Because it's not injectable. However, this isn't messed up by your digestion. This is going mucosal right into the bloodstream. So the bioavailability changes when it doesn't have to go through all of the different digestive processes.
Oh boy,
Michael, what is that brand? I mean, you have 7 brands. You just flashed us another one.
You got to talk to me about this.
This is Rabah. So Rabah Health.
Rabah Health.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm looking that up right now, man. I find the actually Jeff Tang was on here. Jeff Tang was on here. He was talking about peptides as strips. I find this mode, this form factor. To me, I haven't injected myself. I don't know that I've ever injected myself actually, but a strip. Now I can do that bad boy.
Are you so with the injections, right? Is it uncomfortable with injections? Period. Aren't really ready to put something in your body that you don't know about? What is it about the injections that move you?
Let's get into this. Chris.
This is helpful for me. It reminds me. So I come from a football background. Played football at Texas, and it reminds me of steroids. Is what it reminds me of. It's like I'm injecting something in my rear, and it's like got this association with like something I'm not supposed to be doing, and it, and now I'm gonna get, it's got that kind of like feel for me. And so when I see like a strip, I'm like, oh, hey, now this is like something that's not scary. It doesn't have this association with something I'm not supposed to be doing, and I can just put that bad boy in, and I'm good to go. That's kind of like the thing.
So is it fair to say that it's a conditioned mindset that has kept you from
totally?
Yeah,
it is,
and fair points, right? I get that all the time. The haters are coming out. Oh my gosh, just do it naturally, and I'm like, okay, so. Build a house with your hands. Don't use power tools. Why would you use power tools? You know what I mean? It's like weird. It's like we're gonna just do brick by brick, even though we've got power tools, cranes, and shit. We're gonna just do it. Come on,
use the power tool.
Use a power tool. I'm 44. I'll be 45. I want to stay as young and as vibrant as I possibly can for my kids. I wake up thinking one thing. How can I show my kids what's possible today? In order to do that, I got to be physically fit.
I agree.
And so I look at my labs, I'm looking at things, and it's like, what can I do? What therapies, what optimization strategies can I do to be as close as I possibly can to 100%? And I do take TRT. I've been on it for 9 years. I'm not injecting myself with way, over the top amounts. I'm doing what I need to be optimal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it, right? And so optimal. How old are you?
39. Turning 40 in January. I got 4 kids, 9, 8, 4, and 2. And I want to be optimal.
So what's your testosterone? Do you know your levels?
I don't.
I said this to him a million times, Michael. We've had this discussion where I said you got to get your levels done.
And I actually think I think mine are probably low. I just say that because like sleep is
sleep is horrible.
All the men in my life, all the men in my family, once we get old, nobody sleeps. And so, I just figure I might have some.
Well, that could there's so much to unpack. We got to do another show. But if your testosterone is low, I suggest really thinking through bringing in TRT, bringing in that therapy, right? Because here's so men are afraid of it because it is demonized by Western medicine, because think about this. Do they want men running around with optimal TRT? Think about a man with optimal TRT versus a man who doesn't have optimal TRT. Think about those two guys and the differences between those two guys.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which one do they want? Do they want the passive, like?
They want passive. You know.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Or do they want a guy that can think for himself, that has drive, that has motivation, that has strength, that is willing to stand up for his fucking family?
Exactly.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Wow.
I want to be the. I want to be the latter.
Up.
You're firing me up, Michael.
Let's go.
And when you're ready to take that step, I will, on the house, I will run your labs for you, and I will walk you through that entire process.
Whoa.
When you're ready, we'll do it. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Producer Jack's blown away. I'm blown away.
Let's
Michael,
go.
When you're ready to take that step, we'll do it. I'll share the options with you. We'll look at it. We'll share the options, the pros, the cons. Because when you decide, if you decide, you don't come off of it. I would never come off of TRT. It would be like, it would just be like, it would not be good.
Yeah, you're just sticking with it. I receive it. I receive it. And man, I appreciate that. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
When you're ready,
I commit. I commit to doing it. And we're going to make this happen. Michael, brother, I'm blown away. I think everybody and their mom who wants to help their dog and bless their dog needs to go to pawgen, PAWGEN.com. Get in on what's available now. Canine repair, more to come.
Do you like the name? What do you think of the name?
I think the name's great. I think
think
Pawgen Canine Repair. Oh, it makes so much sense to me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw something out to you. I think you should try to go for it and try to trademark pup tides.
Oh,
I would try to go after it hard.
So we tried to trademark pet tides, and there's already a trademark for it.
Oh gosh, people are quick.
Pet tides.
Gosh.
But pup tides, I'll look into it. I agree. So good.
Pup tides.
So good. The only thing is the way that we thought about it, right? Pup tides, pet tides, you kind of like, pigeonhole yourself into selling just that. Pawgen in my mind, right? Paw regenerating dogs, animals. Hopefully, I think at some level it's horses and dogs and cats and
cats. Makes sense.
So I wanted to leave it open if I wanted to go down that path, right? I have a name that allows me to do that.
Yeah. I think that's smart. I think that's smart. Michael, where should people be staying in tune, following you, finding you, all of the things? I know we've got your X handle here on the show right now, but where should people be following the journey elsewhere?
Yeah, so Morelli, my last name, and then Fit is where you can find me everywhere. My YouTube was just taken down. They're trying to censor me.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Fingers crossed. I got somebody working on it, but YouTube, Instagram, I got 1 million over there.
Incredible,
X, man. Love to share, I answer DMs as best as I can. I am in this to help humans and dogs live better lives. And I extended that invitation to you, and I mean it. So when you're ready, you hit me up. We get you, we'll do a Zoom, we'll do a proper Zoom, we'll do the labs, we'll do the whole thing. And then if you want to come back and you want to do an entire show about your before and how you're feeling after therapies, people would love it. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to do this
again. Yoked Chris.
I'm in.
I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back. C Hall is back. Michael.
C Hall.
You're incredible, man. You're incredible, brother. We appreciate you making the time to join us, and we got to have you back. Talk the other brands, get my transformational experience here, live and in living color. Yeah, and you're the man. Appreciate you, Michael.
Appreciate you guys. Blessings. Take care.
I feel blessed.
Wow. I got to hold on to my desk because today's show has been so electric.
Just electric.
Whoa. Michael's the man.
Michael's the man. What an incredible experience talking to that guy. I mean, did you get the authenticity? Did you get the mission? Did you get the vibe, the feeling?
Absolutely.
I mean, the guy is like full of genuineness and feeling about this. And I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. He's helping people. He's helping pets. He's helping families. And man, the guy's in it to win it. He's like actually for the cause of benefiting people and blessing people's lives. I mean, I get it. I felt that.
It's incredible too. And I think another big piece of this too, obviously we talked about the longevity of his dog as well, but the quality of life.
Quality of life.
Transforming with his dog is super important. Those are quality years. It's so different than just like, he's really struggling. Like this is not good, but we're still extending his life. It's like, no, total transformation. He's actually pumped up. He's running around. Walks are awesome again. It's a totally different dog.
Paw Gen. This is
Paw Gen.
I mean, this is going to be like a generational company.
It's going to be generational.
Michael Morelli, Paw Gen.
Wow.
Incredible.
And you're going to be yoked now.
And I'm going to be yoked. I'm going to be back to high tea, Chris. You know, there are people that make comments. I have seen them. They make the comments, is the cowboy on cocaine every day? This happens. This happens.
It happens all the time.
The answer is no. Okay. But just imagine high tea cowboy. Imagine high tea cowboy, huh?
Watch out.
Optimal
haul. Wow. Watch out.
Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our great finds. I believe it's time for great finds. Is it not, Producer Jack? I believe that it is. I believe we're here. Yes, it is time for great finds. Moving forward to our great finds upon the interwebs. On our way there, a word from our sponsors over at Who Is Next? Where are we, Producer Jack? I don't know exactly who is next. Okay, moving forward to our great finds upon the interwebs. On our way there, a word from our sponsors over at Ty and Postscript. Play it for us, Producer Jack. There's a reason when people make a switch from whatever SMS partner they have at Postscript, they see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue on average. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being the top 1% account in their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is, I just did what they said. And what they are saying is that you're leaving money on the table and your customers text you back. Go get the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. The good news is Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Many thanks for Postscript being part of the show. Email provider and your tech stack probably only recognizes about a third of your returning shoppers. Everyone else, they're browsing anonymously, and your flows, they're just sitting idle. Ty identifies up to 70% of your total site traffic and pushes those shoppers into the flows that you already run. Callaway, as an example, uses Ty's predict scoring to lift opens by 40%, clicks by 30%, while sending 20% fewer emails. Go book a walkthrough. Go to meetty.com/cowboy. When you do, tell them that Colin and I sent you today. Many thanks for Ty being part of the show. Great finds on the interwebs, my friends. The first of which, an incredibly compelling offer and creation of said product here. BrewDog's Last Drink. Okay. We bring this up. This story comes to us by way of CPG Wire. BrewDog co-founder James Watt is back in the beverage biz with Fool's Fix, maybe more appropriately here, James Watt's Last Drink with Fool's Fix, a sparkling electrolyte drink designed to be your last drink of the night when you are out. Maybe you've had a few too few. Fool's Fix is packed with electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, and prickly pear extract to support hydration, detoxification. Show us the can here, Producer Jack. After a night out, product is formulated with 12 key active ingredients: sodium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, glycine, biotin, several others. Watt, interestingly here, Watt is giving away 10% of Fool's Fix to the first 20,000 customers. I say again, Watt is also giving away 10% of the company of Fool's Fix to the first 20,000 customers, branding by day job. I think this is an incredible idea. Can, very unique, highlighter yellow sticker there. It's designed to be the last drink after you have a night out, so you have a good morning the next day. Also, you get in now, you're going to get a piece of the comp. What are your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
I love this. I think this would be an amazing way to cut somebody off at a bar. I think this would be like, you know, we had the cards and that went viral last week, and it's like, yeah, you get the card and this is your last drink, blah, blah, blah. I think this is actually the best way to cut somebody off at a bar, is you give them one of these and you're like, hey, buddy, here's another drink. And then you got everything on here, and it's like, read that. Just read that. Wow, last one for you. On me. Yeah. I think that would be a really good way to do that. I just see this as an absolute home run if they can position this correctly. There's just a huge opportunity here where nobody is owning this category of like, make sure you have this drink right before you go to bed after drinking a ton. There's a couple people that you take morning of, and it's like, great, you're super hungover, all that. And there's also stuff you take before you drink, but there's like a little moment, a little section right here for, hey, this is the last one. I think it's also good for like a mental cutoff of like, hey, this is the last one. Like, great. All right, I'm going to drink this now and kind of work on myself.
There's, like you said, there's the like pre going out, I'm going to drink this. It'll make it easier in the morning. But I really like this moment of like capping the night. There's something about capping the night. I've had this many bevies. This is my last one. It's going to make transition to tomorrow much better. The can to me is very unique. Like it stands out. You know, it doesn't look like a beer. I mean, it kind of does, but it's also it's different enough that you know, like, hey, this is my last one. I'm going to make tomorrow easier for myself. I think it's hilarious that on the can it says "drink too much, drink this."
I love that's so that's exactly why I picked it as like that's the last drink that you cut off people, because they'll read that immediately. Yeah. I also really love that highlighter contrast. I think it's so cool, and not enough brands are doing it.
Yeah, the highlighter contrast on the gray natural silver aluminum can, it stands out.
Clean.
The Fool's Fix promise: if we don't fix you, you get your money back. So they do actually have some kind of refund policy here. I like the way that it's priced too, because they are framing it as, hey, this is your last drink. It's the one that you need to make tomorrow much better. They're getting away, and I think they get away in a good sense with $3-4 per can, depending on how many you buy. But
that's
how many are you going to take? How many are you going to drink? You're only going to drink one, right?
You're only going to drink one.
It needs to be on that higher end. It needs to be, $3 or $4. And I find the refund policy very interesting. They have a promise. You can, look at it. But on the backside of this, giving away a percentage of the company for the first 20,000 customers is compelling. That's compelling.
Wow. There was also a testimonial in there. Jack, you don't have to bring this up again, of wedding night savior.
Yes.
Where imagine if they dive into this lane of weddings and like, hey, this is the last drink for the night for the wedding, you immediately can rip 150, 150, 200, depending on wedding size. Super easy. It's like, hey, by the way, I think that's an absolute home run product market fit for this as well.
Also like a very natural kind of hospitality extension.
Yeah.
In the sense, hey, I'm putting on an awesome party, and how many people we have in here, 60, 100, whatever. And then you have that many drinks, and you're like, everybody gets one before they leave for the night, or they get one wherever they crash, etc. It feels like a premium kind of hospitality thing. Like the host is really thinking of you. They have provided these for you. I like this.
I like this a lot.
Very interesting and compelling. And maybe I'll be, I guess, why not order some? Why not order some and we, become,
you can have some
advisor, an advising member of Fool's Fix.
The LinkedIn. Update the old LinkedIn.
Update the LinkedIn. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this now.
Yeah, you should. We should clip it. Be like, look, if you want to talk to us, and we'll advise you guys on your D2C. Let us know.
I'm going to order one. I'm going to order one once we get off. Oh, it's UK delivery though.
Yeah, it's all Euro pricing.
I'm not in the UK.
No, it's also like you were saying, $2 to $3. It's all Euro prices, so it's even more than that. It's like $4 or $5 per can.
Interesting.
It's pricey.
Can I still have the tiniest percentage of Fool's Fix if I'm
I don't think
in the United States?
Do you have some friends in Europe? You could order it like to them, and they can hold it for you.
I do. I have some friends in Europe.
There we go. Wheels are turning.
The only reason you use WhatsApp is if you have international friends, and I do use WhatsApp.
Just send all of them to Rock.
Friends. Yeah, we'll send them to Rock Ladnick. How about that? We'll send them to Will Bailey, who's in.
Yeah.
He's a Euromaxer. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll send him.
Hope this helps with Meta Rock. Here you go. Like, please stop sending me these.
Hilarious, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Next on our great finds, the Nike Caitlin 1 is here. And is Nike back? I know we bash Nike. I know that we do, but this to me feels like a banger of a release. Okay, this coming to us by way of Nice Kicks. I actually have another Nice Kicks story and tweet to bring up here next. First look, new Taylor Swift friendship bracelet inspired Nike Caitlin 1. Look at that. Look at that thing. It's Taylor Swift. It's Caitlin Clark. It's Nike. It's new. It's now. She has been seen, I believe, wearing them. Yeah, I'm seeing them. Caitlin Clark debuted her Taylor Swift friendship bracelet inspired Nike Caitlin 1 during Indiana Fever practice. A lot of movement, a lot of motion behind the WNBA right now. I'm putting out there, maybe Nike getting a little motion in the right direction. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
This is the correct motion. I would have liked, and I know this is a huge ask, I would have liked a more kind of well thought out piece of creative looping in both Taylor and Caitlin with this. I think you really need to like hit this home. I think it's too subtle for what Nike needs right now.
Too subtle.
In a sense of like they're trying to do wink, wink, cool, cool. When in reality, they need to have like a full commercial campaign with Taylor and Caitlin on like what it's like to be friends and friendship and all these things. And give away like friendship bracelets with the shoes. Like there's all these layers to this.
Agree. You know, if you officially get T Swift involved, which maybe she is officially involved, I don't know. But if you get T Swift officially involved, it's a bigger price tag.
Well, here's the thing. The reason Nike is the way that it is because they gave a piece of Nike to Michael Jordan. So give a piece of these to Taylor Swift. I don't care if it's 20%. You give her a huge rip of this, and she's going to crush this for you. Give her 50%. You need the help.
Maybe that's the move. But I do find this innovative and creative.
It's half innovative. It's half innovative. And that is the absolute antithesis of what Nike is right now. They're not fully committing.
Wow. Even T Swift and Caitlin Clark, and still,
dude, that's the thing. It's not T Swift. They didn't go all the way.
It's inspired though. It's inspired.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't see it.
Wow. No points from Colin Dougherty to Nike for that one. How about this next one? This one's getting points from me. Nike ACG pickle juice. Look at these kicks, bro. Look at these kicks. Okay. This coming to us again by way of Nice Kicks. They have this to say, Nike ACG unveils the new pickle juice, a big mountain trail runner built for long distance efforts and demanding terrain, all conditions gear. Got the mega bottom of the shoe. What do you call this thing? The tread? The track, I don't know what you call that thing, but it's got that motion where I'm going to run on these things. I'm going to be breaking records in marathons and more. The color here, and also just marrying pickle juice, incredible shot, dipping the shoe inside of the pickle juice, marrying that with outside hydration, real, recognized, real. We know that you're taking pickle juice shots in order to keep your hydration up. I think this is a winner.
This is a winner. This is a good pick. I also think they should transfer this a little bit to the road runners as well, not just the mountain collab, not just the mountain line. I think they should also transition this into like the marathon line as well and the training line.
Let me ask you this, Colin Dougherty. Moving forward to our next story. How long have you waited to take something back to Costco? What's the longest period of time you've waited? An incredible return policy. How long have you waited to return something?
I don't return things. I just eat my mistakes.
Yeah, I mostly do too. I mostly just eat the mistakes because I don't want to have the hassle of taking the thing back.
Yeah. I'll just eat it. It's like, come on, man.
I get bad produce from Costco all the time. Sorry, Costco, but I do. What do? I'm not taking that back. I'm not taking blackberries back. But there is an example here recently of somebody returning their 6-year-old dead Xbox Series X to Costco. Okay, this thing was purchased 6 years ago. Does not work. It does not work.
Incredible.
Literally, it does not work. I didn't even know what this thing was. This to me is like not what an Xbox looks like. But
oh my gosh,
apparently there's some special Xbox, whatever, cost him $600. He used it for 6 years and returned the thing back, and they actually took it. I thought there was like a limit for electronic products, but maybe not. They took the thing back, and he got his $600 back, and apparently
and a new one.
Got a new Xbox on the other side of this.
I wish I knew this, because I used to have the Xbox 360. I would have bought it from Costco, because I don't know if you remember, the Xbox 360s had this terrible thing called the Red Ring of Death. And
what is the Red Ring of Death?
Oh, dude, the Red Ring of Death is the worst thing to happen to Xboxes. Basically, like, there was an error that would happen with the software, and it would just be unplayable. And then you would get like 3 rings on your Xbox 360. And then it was just like, it was cooked. And it was extremely common. And it was the saddest thing in the entire world.
I didn't have that experience. I did have the experience of saving up my money and purchasing the quite literal first Xbox. I mean, generation.
Oh, you got the Xbox One? Yeah, that's fair.
The very first one. I saved my money. Of course, it came with Halo. I saved money. I got the first batch. And when that bad boy got to my house, it did not work and did not play. Did not work, bro. I saved my money up. I saved my money up for months. I mean, it's like $500. It's like $500, back in the, I don't know, early 2000s.
As a young buck.
What did you do? I called him up, me little 12, 13-year-old Chris.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. And I was like, hey, my Xbox isn't working. And they said, oh, well, you know what? It's probably a controller issue. Send us your controller back. So then I send my controller back, and then they send it back. Again, it doesn't work. Whatever they got me did not work. It's like, oh, I think it's the cord. Let's just send you the cord. And then actually what they wanted me to do was send the whole thing back. I'm like, bro, if I send you this whole thing, I'm never going to get this thing back. I'm not doing that. And then, well, it's a cord. I say, okay, well, send me the cord. And I just didn't trust that they were actually going to get the thing right. They did not get it right. Okay. They did not send me the correct cord.
Oh my gosh.
In the meantime, I just went to GameStop and I just bought whatever rando generic cords I needed to make the thing work. And I plugged it in and I started playing that bad boy.
Wow. It was the cords.
It was the cords. They still did not send me the correct cord. So I made the right call. Just going to GameStop.
Wow.
And figure it out myself. But maybe I should have just waited and bought the thing from Costco.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Buy from Costco. Next in our great finds, ladies and gentlemen, a little retro action for all of us here. A little 90s NASCAR blender. This coming to us by way of NASCAR Pictures. Hey, babe, I'm going to make us a smoothie in my Jeff Gordon blender. Looking at this product, it's like kind of incredible. Years have gone by, days of yore. I literally cannot imagine this product existing in 2026, but you know that this ripped back in the 90s. Jeff Gordon blender, crazy colors everywhere, his face on the box. And then every time you power that baby up, you just imagine Jeff Gordon racing down the raceway, winning a flag and, beating Dale Earnhardt or whoever he's beaten on the road to a championship. I cannot believe that this thing actually existed. It probably ripped back in the 90s.
I look at that. I see that photo of Jeff Gordon. And Jack, could you bring that photo up again? TBPN, they got the really cool, they got the designs on their jackets too.
Yeah, they
the
do.
ETN guys, they got the F1. We could be NASCAR jackets.
Why don't we lean into NASCAR?
Why don't we lean into NASCAR and rip some NASCAR logos on the jacket? Look at this thing. Boom.
I mean, it's very bright
fire.
colors. It's the
Maybe get some
colors.
fire.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
fire. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
so. It's like so. You know, I don't want to say it's tacky, but it's like so loud. It's like so
awesome.
loud. You know.
Dare I say we have our last names on the back? Dare I say it?
Very fitting. Why not?
It would be sick. Just throwing that out there. Jeff Gordon, you're the man.
Maybe we should find some NASCAR jackets. Brand of
Gordon,
Ecomm Cowboy. Put all of our beloved sponsors on there. Maybe full suit. Full suit. NASCAR suit.
Before, but oh my gosh, a full suit.
Just a full suit.
It's so hot.
It would get really hot.
I would just sweat all the time, dude. I already sweat all the time.
Look kind of baller with the cowboy hat, though.
It would look sick, but we're sweating a lot. If you're
very Ricky Bobby-esque, you know.
It is.
Very
Ricky Bobby is a driver.
Next, as we make our way to closing time, some words of wisdom on our way outside of this show. Before we do, a word from our sponsors over at Proxima and Universal Ads. Play it for us, producer Jack. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. You get both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place, okay? You're reaching net new target audiences outside of the same crowded social feeds. We're all spending our dollars today. There's no hidden markups or fees. Campaign separate management. It's just like search and social. You get running minutes. TV that's designed that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use code UACowboy. You can get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the show. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. Okay, what's our best performing ad? Let's change a little bit. Proxima changes the input here. Read your conversions against real shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You just wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. Proxima begins to map every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside the commerce graph. And no longer are you briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs. First 3 briefs are going to be free for you every single month. Go to Proxima.ai. Stop the slop. Many thanks for Proxima being part of the show.
There's a cougar in the car.
Who's in the car?
There's a cougar in the car.
There's a cougar in the car.
Just doing Talladega Nights now.
Moving forward to our closing time here, ladies and gentlemen, some words of wisdom from the interwebs for all of us in consumer as we exit this week's slate of shows, the first of which coming to us by way of Shannon Jean. Turn your packaging into a sales tool, he advises us. This video, scroll down here, Jack, and show us this video. It is truly remarkable. He's got, whoever made this video, got some custom like pins of sorts. Look what they're doing with their boxing here. Okay. They've got these like branded ink, whatevers, putting their names on it, etc. Like this has taken a, you know, pretty bland, normal box and fancied this thing up. I feel like if you're still in the garage phase of fulfilling out of your home, etc., doing something like this makes you look like a big boy. I mean, it makes you look fancy. The whole unboxing experience. I like this.
I totally agree with this. I think this is a great little addition that you can have for your brand as well. And yeah, I mean, customized packing tape is also very expensive, to be honest with you.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, custom packing tape for your box is pretty expensive. So this could be kind of this good layer of nothing to first little level up branding. So I like this a lot.
Next here in our words of wisdom, meta CPMs. My. Some would say the CPMs do not matter. I would say, I don't know about that. I think sometimes they matter. This tweet coming to us by way of Corey Dobbin, commenting on something Brian Cano let everyone in the world know. Brian says his CPMs got as high as $800. Oh my goodness. $800 CPMs. Corey says the highest CPM known for programmatic TV, finding other places where we all can spend our ad dollars beyond just Meta. Corey says the highest CPM we've paid since December 2024, $59. Kind of crazy. I see higher than that and more than that all the time inside of Meta. Meta is fleecing every brand, he says, and it will never stop. Come to the other side of digital ads. His agency called Other Side. Great work in there. He says it's nice over here. Your thoughts on this?
What's crazy is Brian and Corey are some of the best digital marketers and ad buyers in our space, and they are having insanely high CPMs. Just imagine.
Brian is.
Brian, well, I think both are. That's still. I mean, still pretty high That's still pretty high CPM.
I mean, bro, $60 is a buy for some categories. I mean, for some categories.
I'm talking about. There's some categories where that's like kind of a rip. But $800 CPMs are atrocious.
Oh, bro.
I would say like these guys are so dialed. They're getting ripped by Meta. I do not understand how the mom and pop is functioning right now, trying to buy with Meta just blind. Like if you don't have somebody dialed like Brian or David Herman or somebody like Corey or anybody else within our space, I genuinely don't know how you're functioning. And I can't recommend it enough to diversify your spend off of Meta because they're only going to get more expensive. We're also approaching Black Friday, so it's going to get even more expensive.
You got to wonder, what was Brian selling here to net an $800 CPM? That's mind-boggling. The most expensive I have seen personally inside of the ad accounts I've been involved in, most expensive I've seen is like, $200. $800 is bananas. For those who don't know, CPM's cost per 1,000 impressions. That means he paid $800 to just fly by inside of the Instagram or Facebook feed.
Could be luxury.
$800 just to fly by in the feed of 1,000 people. That doesn't mean
could be
clicks.
luxury.
I mean, it must be. I hope it is.
Yeah, it could be luxury. He's trying to bat up against some of the biggest players. I could see it being a luxury item. Brian, let us know. Comment
that
category.
The CPM was worthwhile. Next, in our closing time words of wisdom, feeding NFL fandom. If you don't know, you should open your X app. There is an entire new section. There's for you. There's following. Oh, it was there yesterday. I don't see it now. Do I see it? Is it there?
Yeah, it's still there. If there's a whole section that says NFL.
I see it on my personal account. On the Ecomm Cowboy account, I do not see it, but I see it on my personal account.
They might not show it on business accounts specifically. They're showing it on my personal too. I see it right now.
I see it on my personal. There's the for you, the following, and the NFL.
Let's go.
Is there another tweet here? Show us the next tweet, Producer Jack. I want people to see this. I say this because it's a word of wisdom here. Happy football season. Okay.
Let's go.
All who celebrate happy American fall. All right.
Golly.
We had Euro summer. Now it's American fall. This video experience shows you what is available now. Yeah, for sports, I agree with Michael Morelli. I agree with Josh from Sport Drink. X is the place to be for smart people, for people who have something to say, people of words. X is where you want to be. It's also the place where you want to be for sports. Absolutely, it is. And this whole experience that they are building out for the NFL specifically this season, I find fascinating. You gotta pay like $300 some odd per month to be able to watch every NFL game, or you want to track everything, go to one place, just go inside of X.
Do you know what's absolutely crazy? I am the most dialed Ravens fan in the entire world. I follow them on X. I follow sub Ravens accounts. I follow all the stuff. I found out from this launch, this new feature, when the game was for today for the Ravens.
Really?
I thought it was tomorrow. I realized they're playing tonight at 6 p.m. So I'm like, oh, sick. Great. I get to watch the boys tonight. Let's go. Super pumped. They're playing the Commanders. Jacoby Lane, 7 touchdowns. Let's rock. But I thought that's a great way for oh, cool. I actually discovered it this way. That's amazing. And I think it works so perfectly with how media teams, specifically within NFL, are operating right now on Twitter, because they're pushing out incredible content. I don't know if you're following any of this, but some of the content from some of these NFL teams, they're cracked editors.
Oh, yeah.
They're cracked editors. So it's really good to see kind of this whole thing broach kind of together. bullish on the X. Bullish on the X.
I would say, well, let me say this for those who don't know, there is an Ecomm Cowboy Saloon Fantasy Football League that is going down this year. We need to set it up.
We
need to set it up. But it is happening, and we are going to be tracking said performance and reporting on it live here on the show.
Let's go.
Weekly.
Let's go.
Find out who knows ball. Who knows ball? Not just D2C marketing and more, but also literal ball. We're going to be tracking, commentating, and because my legacy will be on the line, I need to perform and do well. My reputation. I do. Last of our closing time words of wisdom. If you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, like Colin, you need to go to this event. Colin, Dougherty, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, David Sachs, Jensen Huang. They're all going to be there in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, right? You with all of the boys.
So I genuinely tried to sign up for the G20 Innovation Summit. I genuinely tried. And I tried to go in through press and media. So I went through all the sign-up process.
Yeah.
I got like halfway through, and then they go, great. And what level of press for what level of White House clearance do you have? Please select one. And there wasn't an option to say no. You had to select one of the levels of White House clearance that you had. And then you had to be like, great. And then upload your clearance with this file. And I was like, it's over. They got me. Yeah. There's no way. But pretty wild. I would imagine some pretty insane deals are going to happen as a result of this innovation summit. Hey, if they're willing to have me, I'll make the trek. It's pretty close. It's like 2.5 hours. I'll make the trek.
We need to make the public call here. Those who have the connection to help us, get the White House.
If someone can get me in, I'll bring a camera.
Live stream from the G20.
Live stream it. I'll Starlink it.
Innovation Summit. Starlink it, which Elon will appreciate.
Yeah,
Elon
exactly.
Appreciate that. And then we can talk NFL. We can talk NFL, X with him while we're there.
I'm ready.
Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Colin Dougherty.
Somebody give me the green light. Somebody give me the green light. I'll be there.
I'll say this, and I put this out as well today. I want to go live from Y'all Street, the new New York Stock Exchange in Dallas. Yeah. Again, I don't know how that works. New York Stock Exchange, but it's in Dallas. Like, I kind of don't get that. But I do like it that it is colloquially referred to as Y'all Street, and not that far from me. 2.5 hours from me.
There we go. Here we go.
I think we need to get you into the G20, and we need to get me to Y'all Street.
Some motion for the Cowboys. If someone can make it happen, we're open.
We're down and very interested. Moving forward to our moment of Zen as we close today's show. Word from our sponsors on the way from our friends over at Propel. Play it for us, producer Jack. People are the most important part of your business, and finding real A players is hard and incredibly time-consuming. Propel is the best recruitment agency out there for e-com brands and agencies who source talent from the U.S., Latin America, and beyond. We're talking video editors, graphic designers, media buyers, and more. The best part is they work on performance. You only pay a one-off fee. No retainers and no ongoing costs. Every hire comes backed by a free month guarantee. Go to wearepropel.com/ecom-cowboy-propel. If you mention Ecomm Cowboy, you're going to get 10% off your first hire. Many thanks for Propel being part of this show. In honor of GTA 6 coming and more gameplay being seen, a debut of sorts we all recently saw, just wanted to bring this up. This post of said bro, pierogies bro, butter, all of the things on the bed, cooking the pierogies inside of the drawer, cooking on said hot plate, while he dips in butter that is splattered on the bed. I don't know what he's doing on the laptop.
He's gambling.
Okay, well, let's just picture that it's GTA 6.
Golly.
And a moment of Zen as we head out here for the weekend. Words of wisdom, final words from you, Colin Dougherty.
Look, don't let your life get like this. If you feel like your life is like this, please reach out to me and we can talk about it, because you don't have to end up like this.
Many thanks to the one and only Rabah Rahil, CMO of Tide, joining us today. Many thanks to Josh, CEO of Sport Drink. Many thanks to Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor. Many thanks to Michael Morelli, founder at Paw Gin, for joining us on the show today. Many thanks to Slash, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligems, Northbeam, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftercell, Sati, and Proxima for making this show possible. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. See you on the other side.